Wally, wow. I just wanted to talk to you, Nigual. Come up real quick, fam. I'm gonna head to the store right now. You bounced out on me that one prompt. It gets weird, huh? Got a little too weird. Talking about dicks all day. Oh shit. I can't invite you up. If you request up, I can get you. Something's up with my connection. Hop out the coop. There you go, Nigual.
No, it wasn't about dicks. It was just about me not having sleep for like for a bit.
Oh yeah, I bet. I'm the same right now. I had a crazy couple nights. Tonight's my last night at the hotel.
How long you been there?
Dude, a long time. I stayed here. I got a really good deal, so I took it, and I stayed maybe like 5 weeks in
Oh
total.
shit!
Yeah, a lot of money. But fuck it, dude. Well, I'm trying. I'm just getting my shit together, but I'm all over the fucking place right now. I'm trying. The appeal went in, so it's at the last final stage. So I'm gonna beat that. The guy never showed up,
Dope.
and I did all that paperwork and shit. So I've been concentrating on that, and then I got into some other little stuff, dude. It's a long story. I don't want to get into it, but it seems like another settlement, bro. I'm not even lying. I got into it with this white woman from the SPCA that yelled at me and my mom. And
I remember. I saw that. Remember on the street corner that day.
right. So right now, the lawyer I have contacting their insurance lawyer, and they're gonna figure something out. They're asking
Dope,
for
bro.
money, bro. So I
Dope.
don't know.
You gotta get back at him, fam. That's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back on that, and then I still have to take the land for the court though, so I still have to be here. But me and my mom are working things out. We're good. I just got my passport. We're gonna go to Mexico. We're gonna go get some therapy, dude. We need some fucking therapy.
Oh no shit! You all gonna
We
work some
just
shit
can't.
out. Okay.
Yeah. We just can't talk to each other. It's weird, man. We have all this pent up shit going on. It's hard to explain.
It's not. Believe me, I understand.
Yeah. But yeah, brother fucking chief over there, bro. Try to act like he don't know me.
Well, I mean, you've been getting ruckus all over the place, fam.
Oh yeah, I know. I kind of acted out today. I'm not gonna. Actually, I was doing really good. I thought I did really good up until that one chick. We started talking about politics and shit, and I did kind of cuss her out. I felt
Well, I
bad.
mean, Naturalista is Natural's girl. That's his wife, I
Naturalista.
think.
Oh, the one that came after.
Yeah, the one that came up under you.
Yeah. Well, either way, I mean, they can all get it. I don't care. I'm just like,
Christ, bro.
I don't know, man. I have this thing. I'm just like, I'm very defensive right now, and I need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah,
But
I understand, but like, you just, I mean, that has nothing to do with anybody else. It has to do with your insecurity.
yeah. But I think I just get mad when people don't understand. Well, like she was saying, like the seriousness of things, and I'm like, well, let me laugh at this before I start getting serious. You feel me? And then it pissed her off that I was laughing about something.
Yeah, she has some on her end as well, but it's no big deal, I mean, it's just like my whole thing is, I really liked that live tonight because it really resembled what I aspired to do. It was just a bunch of scholars who had their literature and they were all comparing shit. That's what I love. That I'm not trying to fucking argue with nobody.
Right. Exactly.
You see how beautiful it was? It was just like, oh, hey, what do you got? What do you got? Oh shit, look at it. And we were just exchanging shit. Like nobody was stuck to any type of narrative. everybody was open to what everybody else. We're just double checking and cross checking our own shit. It was incredible to me, man. I was like on high heaven.
Yeah, I was like, I got on there and all I saw was people talking shit. At the first part of it was people just coming on talking shit and them talking shit back, and I just
Yeah,
kept it cool. And I was like, I think I invited you, right, Nicole?
yeah, you did. And I was like, what the hell are you
I
doing up
invited
here,
you up. I was
Toto?
like, these are people. Let me bring my homie up. But before you came up, I was still talking to Chief and reminding him that I knew him because he said he didn't know me, and then I kind of reminded him about being with, like, last time I was with Chief, I was with you, Nicole, on
Yeah,
your
yeah,
live maybe, or my it was your live.
yeah. It was on my live. It was that
And
one night.
and even before that, Nicole, I had met Chief, but just by myself before I even met you, and we kicked. This is before he joined ICE, and so I already knew he already knew but I guess it's been a long time though, so he kind of forgot about me. But
Yeah, yeah.
what was I gonna say? And
I mean, you gotta
then
understand. I hold
Ja,
the same resentment.
what's up, bro?
I hold the same resentment towards all them fuckers because they support ICE and bullshit immigration. But I don't give a fuck. It's like I'd rather concentrate on the commonalities than the you know.
Right. But you see, well, that's what the girls, that's where the whole the black Americans that claim the American Indian thing, they have that whole get go too of like, get these people out of here. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
that's that same kind of energy, and I don't respect that. Like, I can understand, how like that people, like how white people put us up against each other,
yeah.
and I can even understand the new waves of Latinos or the white Hispanics and stuff. But I hate how they don't like to be grouped up with Africans, but they love to group us with Spanish people and Hispanics.
Well,
You
you
know?
saw how I brought up the Rex 84 King Alfred planet towards the end there.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Exactly. And
So
and they
I'm
all
not,
agree too, But it's like they know that shit. They know it, but they still they still do it. They still
no, no.
hate
I
on
mean,
the differences.
it took me to come up and
Yeah.
really put them all in line. I'm like, look, I'm ready for them at any time. Like they all claim to be indigenous, but my practice is actually indigenous. So in indigenous philosophy, you don't no linguistic or philosophic constructs, to delineate ourselves from any person, plants, or animals. That's real indigenous philosophy.
Right.
So anytime that they want to come up against me, I call them on their shit. They can't fucking fuck with me because I'm a goddamn shaman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm gonna put him to shame no matter what. You either practice philosophy or shut the fuck up. That's what it is to me. But I keep it to myself because I'm like, yeah, I don't need to pull it out quite yet. But I'll put it in quite yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to bring up a prop. Not too crazy because I'm not gonna be. I gotta go to the store, but I just wanted something to look at real quick. I wanted to what the fuck? I wanted to what was I gonna say, bro? I was gonna say something to you. I forgot now. And then I hate ICE, right? So then I got to talk about ICE and fucking. And then as soon as I bring up I'm African or even Mexican, I'm already on the chopping block. So I don't know if you were there, but I was some other Indian dude tried to go at me, in front of Chief, and
I was there.
and I went. You were there for that one?
Yeah, I was in the background. Y'all didn't see me.
Oh, okay. So I was already high testosterone. You feel me? And I had to calm down. And I guess when you came up, I did kind of calm down, and I just listened. And then we started talking about politics and immigration, and then that's where I get hyped up again because the thing that pissed me off is she was talking about all the criminals and the pedophiles, right?
Yeah.
And to get those people out of the Democratic thing, and I'm like, girl, I'm for that too, but also get them all out of the Republican side, especially with the president, the Epstein files and shit. Like, don't go there. I just love how they pick and choose what they like to be angry about, and they should have a balanced anger, So
Yeah,
I
but
respect
look,
more of that.
look,
Yeah,
Vibes, you're indigenous, fam. I mean, I know you don't like to own it as much. You'd like to identify more with the African side, but
I do. I
truth
do
is,
own
you're indigenous.
indigenous. I do.
Bro. Look,
I own
look. vibes,
Nagual, I'm not no shaman. I'm not no shaman,
vibes,
Nagual,
vibes,
but I know
vibes, vibes,
I
vibes,
like my
vibes,
yeah,
vibes. The
yeah,
file is open, bro. The file is open. All right, I already got it. It's in my files. It's already done. I've already got the content is waiting to be released. Don't worry about it. I got it. You know, I've been recording you for fucking weeks. I got you on file, family. There ain't no escaping. The shaman, you know what I'm saying? It's top shaman, beef
cool.
noodle. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. And I got your people
Appreciate it.
I got your people pinned down. You know, I got your girl Faye. I got your girl 808. I got them all nailed to the cross, bro. They're all done. I mean, they don't even they have no fucking clue. I be coming into on my alt accounts, watching y'all, watching you like go after my boy Giles. You know, and so what I'm saying here is when you see some bullshit in somebody, in indigenous philosophy, what you see is yourself. That's the facts.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to fucking admit that, I'll show it to you. That's what's got to happen. I mean,
Right.
that's my gig. You know, that's what I do, and I do it well.
Right. Yeah, you know how we get down. We have our shit too on the African side, and we're not really going for it, you know. And I wish I could entertain that shit, but I can't. Not there. I can entertain it on that other dude's page, but you and me, we go deeper than that. So that it's just different, you know.
The point is, you can't really own any type of ethnicity or culture because
exactly,
you go beyond that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when you get attached, that's when you start feeling.
I'm in a good place right now, fam, to be a shaman. You know, I'm like all over the fucking place. I wish I could talk to my plants. I wish I could talk to my plants, bro. But I'm in a weird position. But soon enough, bro. But yes, I'm sorry, Nicole. I cut you off.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, when people start assigning themselves to some type of ethnicity, they're fucked. That's the whole point. And I see it. I watch everybody do it. I'm just like, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. I have no identity because I know that once I fucking latch onto one, I'm putting my own head in my ass, you know. And that's the whole problem. Right. Once everybody starts to see that shit, then they'll start to fucking pull their head out a bit. But until then, it's free for all.
Yeah. But we can't get out of the matrix either, because like when they ask you to see your paperwork or prove you're a citizen, you got to show them that. You go up in these lives, they go, "Who are you? How do you identify?" You know, even like you on that one panel where they knocked you because you're not black, right? You didn't even fit into the conversation because they didn't see you in the category black, you know. And I would never do that, but even in these Indian ones, if you're an African or if you're a Mexican, you're out. You know, I was surprised I was even there for that long, you know, but because I knew Chief and I knew you is the only reason why I was up there.
I couldn't find out why you were there.
They were coming at
I was like, what are you doing?
They were coming at me regardless. And I was, you know, but I had to just calm the fuck down. That's all. Because I am so used to that shit. I'm used to doing all that shit on the other panels.
Yeah, you know, I crashed out, dude. I didn't really crash out, but like, you know, No More Pseudo was on the panel. I just hate that dude. That if you can call him a dude, but anyways, yeah, you know, it's fun to do things like, you know who No More Pseudo is. I see him up on your panel. I can't believe I can't even believe when I saw that, bro. I was like, never again. Fuck vibes, man. He's over, bro.
That's where you got it. That's where you can't like associate. I mean, just because I'm on those panels, you know.
No way, bro. I'm drawing the line. He was on your panel, bro. I drew the line. I was like right there. Vibes. And then I wasn't a mod, and then I came back, and then I'm a mod again. I'm like, what's this dude trying to pull here, man?
Yeah, you're like, that's strike two, Esias. Oh, sorry, Vibes. That's you're all gummy. You're all first gummy. Now this motherfucker.
I was ready to throw poems, bro. I was throwing poems, man. Shit was crazy.
No, I hear you, bro. And you got your nemesis. Like, that's the thing. I'm just jumping into this shit, you know. And but I am like aligning with the whole. I see myself aligning with that just because of all the hate that comes the other way around, you know. But I always think about you about not being biased, you know. I always remind myself, you know, because I'm all over the place too with my.
Yeah, you held your own tonight, man. I was surprised to see you up there, bro. I was like, what? And then I got on, and I was like, he's holding his own shit. All right. They all co-associate you with me. So I'm like, even Enola, she just got at me just like 5 minutes ago, telling me that she was all pissed at you, and I was like, look, I've had my issues with that drunk fuck
I
too,
know.
but
Tell her I apologize. I try to. Go ahead. Go ahead.
but what am I, fucking U.S. Postal? What the hell? You do your own job, bro. You got 2 accounts. Go do your work. You can find her on one of your alt accounts.
What are you talking about?
She blocked you.
Who? Oh no!
She's like, I blocked him. He got me enraged. I'm like, look,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, she was just see. Here's the thing. I can't assign you. I can't make it that you made her enraged because she has to be emotionally responsible for herself. So she made herself enraged by interacting with you, and that's the whole thing. Is I got to assign people their own fucking emotional responsibility. So I can't be impartial.
Right. And I owned up to it. I tried to apologize. She wasn't taking it, but I understand. I'm not at all kind of, and homegirl came to back her up, and I get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just got to call. But yeah, that was his girl. If I would have known that too, I would have, not talked to her that way too. But
Enola wasn't his girl. Naturalista was his girl.
No, the other girl, because I kind of got chatty with her too.
Yeah, Naturalista. So he's Chief Natural. So that's why he said, read the room. Naturalista, Chief Natural.
Oh. Gotcha.
You didn't read the room though. You were blinded by rage.
I was blinded. Yeah, I had my blinders on for sure. I don't know. Chief's like, I was like, drop me, and Chief's like, no, don't drop him. So
no, he's straight like that, bro. He's
like,
yeah, he deals with it all day. You were light. Sure, You were light. You were light work compared to his other people's.
Well, yeah, I was, exactly, and I just give him shit for being with ice and shit, and he was honest. He was just like, I'm in it for the money. I'm like, yeah, you on the plantation, my brother. you doing the devil's work, my brother. And it made more sense. It made more sense now. Why though? Too, because of the whole him getting these Hispanics out and these Mexicans and these Native Americans, like, and how they're all the same kind of thing. You know what I mean? So,
well, I mean,
I guess yeah.
I'm not going to put a blanket statement across all fucking Broksikins, all right? But my closest friends, all right, I had to accept the fact that my closest friends are fucking racist against black people. My closest, I'm talking my down homeboys, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the dudes I fucking grew up with, they are racist towards black people. So I mean, I don't blame Natural at all. That's just a fact.
Right. Yeah, and I know everybody gets it. Everybody gets that from everyone, even including in your own circles. So I definitely understand that. That's
except for your neighbor, your neighbor Kevin. You can go to hell, bro. Turn to Christ. I got your Christ, bro. I got your Christ swinging.
Your neighbor Kevin. Who is this? Repent. He really that nigga said repent.
Oh, he's out now. Okay.
I don't know him.
People just been listening to us, bro. We're just like on a private phone call. People just coming in. Oh, these guys are fucked up.
Yeah, that's why we should keep it like that. So if I had a prompt up, but nah. What was I gonna say? Yeah. I haven't been too connected right now, so I haven't been hitting you up. Fucking, you're right. You can only find me on the lives, Nicole.
Believe me, I'm like, I wanted to stay. I was like, you. I came up on the live. I came into the live, and then you immediately fucking hit me up, and I was like, God, is he fucking looking for me or something? Because I didn't even have a split second. I came on live and boom, there's the fucking invite. I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to be rude, so I jump on there. We got dicks in front of us, and I'm like, oh great, and you got an old dick conversation, so it's running for like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be rude.
Right.
I don't want to be rude and bounce when we're talking about dicks, and then we got 60 dicks coming into the fucking live and shit. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
It's so, bro. I think that's right now I'm on thin ice with the accounts. Like one more thing that happens to it, I get booted indefinitely. So that one prompt, that's the only one that doesn't get flagged or anything. Yeah, I'll have the trolls come on there and say like dick, 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 but they don't say anything racist, right? Because it doesn't have anything to do with that. So I can skip that whole aspect of it, because once you put a prompt up and they know what you're representing, then they can start shouting out the racist terms. You know what I mean? On all sides.
So your
but
FBA,
on this one, I'm not FBA, bro.
No. Your FBA prompts, they get flagged a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely by FBAs and by whoever doesn't like what I'm talking about, right? So it can be Black American, it could be Native American, it could be all of them, right? So, and then if I'm talking about Africans too, so anyways, I leave myself out there to get crucified almost, right? But with that one about circumcision, it's interesting because you attract so many different people from so many different walks of life, bro, and they're all talking about one thing that everyone has gone through. But it's so funny because people just want to know the other version. Like they talk to people that are uncircumcised, and the uncircumcised talk to the circumcised ones, right? And they're all trying to understand this whole thing. And then you have then you have all the different religions involved and all the different cultures. Oh, look at it's Jay in the live.
That's what I thought, bro.
Come up, Jay.
What up, Jay?
But yeah, bro, it's so interesting. I'm so much like chiller, like dealing with those, like and trying to like make connections and keep it positive, like not make it like, because the prompt itself too kind of people are like, well, what, you're like uncircumcised and you hate on circumcised people, and I'm like, nah, I'm just trying to understand it all, so and then learning about all the different types of, even though it's our own anatomy that we're talking about, people are still cringe, they're like, why you fucking fags, why are you guys talking about fucking why are you guys talking about dicks? Like, I want to see some pussy. I'm like, oh my god, dude. But no, yeah, those lives are so interesting.
That dude last night that came in, he's like, man, they took some off, man. I'm stumpy. I was like, what?
Right. Shout out Black History. Yeah, it's hilarious. What's up, Jay?
Yo.
What up, Jay?
What up, hermanito? ¿Cómo andamos, manito?
Sí. Sí.
Well, I gotta get some real quick.
¿De qué estamos hablando? We were on a live a little bit ago. We were just talking. I kind of went off on a couple people, but everything chill. I'm at the last day at the hotel. I'm about to go back with Moms. We're about to go to Mexico in a couple weeks. I'm trying to keep it cool with her,
A Mexico?
A Mexico. I got my passport. We're gonna go there for a little bit. Go get some therapy, some well-needed therapy.
Genial.
With her, like family therapy. She doesn't want to do therapy here. She wants to do it over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, brother.
Así mejor.
See about that? How are you? How's everything with you?
It's good, bro.
Good to hear, bro.
Yeah, bro. Gual, what's going on, man?
You're muted, Nicole. You're muted, my brother.
Oh, maybe he left. So when are you going to Virginia?
It's halted. I was just telling Nicole, I'm almost at the last limb of the appeal process. The guy never showed up, and I did my brief. I turned in all my stuff, so I'm gonna go in front of 3 judges to decide the unlawful detainer. And since he won't be there, I'll be giving my oral, and hopefully everything goes good, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I finally that went through, and then I have another another issue. I don't know if I told you about that SPCA lady that was harassing me and my mom.
Yeah.
So then I got that. I got a lawyer talking to SPCA insurance lawyer, so they're gonna work something out. Hopefully get a nice settlement out of that. So after I get all that bread, because I spent so much money on hotels and shit. In the meantime, I like ran out of shit. So
Yeah.
I just need to get my bread back, and then I can make that trip. My father, I sent him money to get his ID and his passport. And the ladies there have been helping me. The Eritrean ladies that are working with him have been helping me with him. So that's good. So yeah, I would say like in a couple months, man. If hopefully in a couple months.
A couple months. So maybe like the spring.
Yeah, I would say so. Happy New Year, happy all that good stuff.
The Black History. Why does that guy sound familiar?
Is that your arch nemesis too? Black History is cool.
These people.
What's up, Black History? How you doing, bro? Remember me?
Another.
How you been, Jay? Haven't heard from you in a while, man.
I've been good, bro. How have you been?
It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yo,
It's been a long minute.
what's good? What's good?
What's up?
Who's your
What's up, history?
The Nagua. Where did I remember speaking to you? Where did I remember speaking to you? Nagua?
Nuguala? I don't know.
Is he not there?
He remembers you.
I mean,
he went muted.
The name rings a bell recently. Can't remember what though.
Yeah, Black History, man. Much proud. You out there, Slayer, FBA Slayer, Black. I swear, man. I love you were on FBA, the FBA website, man. Breaking that down.
I was on a Anointed's panel, innit? A short while ago, and like Creed guy and a few others. There's about 3-4 of them. Don't let him up here. Don't let him up. Host, drop him. like you guys are. I'm like your boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, me and Suda was up there slaughtering them, boy. Diamond's on the panel now. Diamond's on there. Let me send this live to the Diamond.
I'm not gonna do a live. I was just talking to my friends, Jay and Nagual. Jay Nagual. This is Black History. This is Jay and Nagual.
Hello. Nagual. What do I remember speaking to you?
Well, I'm pretty sure I entered live and you were in there.
What were you talking about?
Well, I don't know. I gotta recall the memory, but it's a fun memory. I do remember that.
Okay, let me give you a follow.
Yeah, I've known these guys for a while now. We talk. I let them into my world, man. I just let them know about everything in my life going on. So they've been real supportive.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Even though I never hit them up, right? Even though I only see them on the lives, you know. Nah, I got that personal. I kind of feel bad, but I'm going through it right now, Black.
Why? Why is there no profile picture? Why is there no
What's up?
Why is there no prompt?
Because I'm not doing the prompt. I'm just talking to these guys.
Black History, your name, your age, and where you're from, bro. And what do you think about Trump?
You must be mad.
Yeah, let me put the circumcision prompt up. Let's get 800 views.
It should.
I was telling them, and Jay too. You know, Jay, you were like, I was kind of obsessing over the FBA thing, and it's true, man. I was just I had to like rethink. I'm like, am I spending too much time on this? Like it is true, like to reset. And because eventually I just got my accounts banned. This one's on my last limb. Like if anything happens, this account will go away. So the circumcision one is perfect actually, because nobody comes on there with the racist tropes or try. The trolls do come on, but it's not the same. You feel me? And I feel like I meet so many different people.
I feel like you should
trying to understand each other.
I feel like you should just put it up so you can get like 800 people in the room. But like, motherfuckers,
you can
hear motherfuckers. Now let's talk about some FBAs.
You can shift it to the circumcision and the delectable ones again.
Mm-hmm.
I let the delectable one go. The circumcision is the new one, Jay. Have you seen it, Jay?
I saw it briefly. Yeah,
it's the grower, not the shower.
Yeah. It's the grower, not the shower. It's so funny. I had to go back and edit the circumcised one because it was a lot smaller than the uncircumcised one, and the people were complaining about that. Like, they're like, "What are you saying, man? What are you saying?" and I went ahead and edited. I went on AI and I made the circumcised one like just as even, just so I wouldn't because I don't want to be biased. Mm-hmm. But it's just so funny. You get different people's thoughts and how they think about their anatomy, and you do get the people that are up there like, well, you guys are gay as hell. Why you guys talk about dicks? Why no pussy up there?
Would they rather you discuss female circumcision or what?
Right, well, yeah, exactly, right, Jay? One dude said, yeah, he'd rather see vaginas up there. I'm like, well, that go do your own.
He wants to see mutilated. Yeah, it's ridiculous. No more.
Labia. What do they call labiectomies?
Yeah.
No, they actually it's called a clitorectomy is what it's called.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Is that the GM stuff?
That's where they remove it. Yeah.
Right. And we found out in this case, it's not quite same thing. It's not quite the same thing because people wanted to, they wanted to say that it's a male mutilation, the same way that it would be for a female, and so we had to clear that up a little bit although it is a big part of the skin, with the uncircumcised, it's not quite the same as the clitoris, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. But, Jay, it is the labiectomy. It's not the clitorectomy.
I think that when you say female circumcision, it can mean many different things. I guess it can mean a labialectomy or a clitorectomy, depending on which one. Because some cultures they actually do remove the clitor. They do remove that.
What's the difference?
Labias and clitoris.
Yeah, they're taught. It's two different.
We got to educate him on this, Jay.
Yeah, you see, I still need education. I still need it.
All I was ever taught about it was that it's based on whatever your father is. That's how they usually decide whether or not the male child is going to be circumcised or not.
Gotcha.
Because obviously a woman is not going to be able to teach a boy how to clean himself. So yeah.
Right. And that was another major thing that women didn't want to deal with that with their sons. So that's why they chose and opted out for circumcision, because they weren't attentive enough, but then we had mothers up there that talked about how they had their kids intact and they made it sure that their fathers were around to show them, to take them into the shower and to show them how to clean themselves, and I guess that's really important too, because a lot of people don't have their fathers around, or they have a father that doesn't do that as well. So but anyways, I did find out that
you hear me?
Okay, Black. Yeah, I hear you.
All right, nice one.
All right, brother.
See it, man.
Peace.
Easy.
So the way that we did the similarity, it'd be like women that had that extra skin, like the chopped cheese or the roast beef.
Yeah, the meat curtains, bro. The meat curtains.
The meat.
the hanging blinds. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that's more equivalent to a circumcision, right? And so my whole thing is like, why do you do? A lot of children don't get to decide whether they get it or not. It's up to their parents. But if you get older, I mean, that you can choose, out of like peer pressure because you think it's something abnormal, or you want to fit in with the rest of the circumcised buddies. But for the women, they do it for aesthetics purposes, right? Like I'm guessing.
I've taken the girl to get a labiectomy before.
Oh, really? Okay, so that's what a labiectomy. Okay. Now, okay. All right, I get it.
Not a labiectomy. It's a labiectomy.
Yeah, and so anyways, it's just more interesting, those conversations, and a lot more people from all kinds of backgrounds, and you really can't be like, race comes into it because I ask them to introduce themselves, right, with their race, ethnicity, and where they're from.
Like
and then
that lady the other night, bro. She's like, no.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. Okay, so Jay, listen to this. So I asked the guys. This is what I asked the guys. I asked them for the race, ethnicity, and where they're from, and then after that answer that I go, so hoodie gang or no hoodie gang, right? And then they answer that. But for the women that jump on and want to speak on the prompt, I ask them the same thing, and then I ask them, if you have children, do you since you can't speak on you having it, right? Or I won't even go there, but can you speak on your either your children that you got it done to, or your brothers that like what is your background in this kind of thing? So this one lady hops on, and when I asked her about her children, she's like, I would never tell you that, you pervert. Why do you want to know? Like, and I was just like, oh my god. So I stopped asking the women that. Most women
tend to take everything there when we're not even talking about that.
No, there was this one lady. I was talking about the lady that said that all indigenous black men from this continent, they all hung like horses, bro. That was her thing. And she said, no, she claimed it. She's like, no, I know them all. I was like, all of them? She's like, yes, all of them. I was like, whoa, how did you check this out? She was sticking to her guns, bro.
Yeah, she wouldn't tell us her occupation either. She dropped after we asked her that. But Jay, most women will be very honest and open about that. That it was just her that thought like that. Most women are like, yeah, well, this is I'm talking about this prompt, and this is what I have to add to it, and this is my experience. I did it to my children. Then we ask them, why did you do it? And then we get into that, or why didn't you do it? So. But anyways, I use that prompt now because it's the safest prompt, and it gets me the most views and most interactions with people, and I can be neutral about the whole thing,
Exactly.
Obviously, I have a bias. Because I have an uncircumcised, but I'm not trying to invalidate anything, invalidate their experience or what happened to them, because it's all very sensitive and very vulnerable situations. Well, but it gave me a break from all the FBA.
Glad, bro, that you finally pivoted. I'm glad.
Yeah, no shit, huh, Jay?
Yes, bro. It was like,
Jay, check it out. I got an invite from fucking Vibes tonight. I look at the invite. It's not Vibes Live. It's Chief Naturals. I was like, what? I go on there. Homie's vibing with Chief Natural, the guy he went after on my fucking live. I was like, what?
That's the dude I went on when I was drunk.
Yeah, you went after fucking Chief Natural.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I do remember seeing them there, but I kind of blacked out towards the end. So
it was Tomahawk Tony. It was Tomahawk Tony that you went after, who I didn't really care about too much. But then you went after Chief Natural, and that's when I cut the live.
Well, awesome then.
I remember that now. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you were there, Jay.
Now
I was there. Yeah, and then now they're friends. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I guess now I made it up. You see, Nagwal? You see? Full circle.
Yeah, I got your circle.
You got my file. Yeah.
But now you
was ready to drop a file on me.
I got his files waiting, Jay. I already got them. They're locked and loaded, family.
Yeah, it's good to talk about other things, bro. It's good to talk about other things,
No, of course. It is healthy.
Homie's addicted to it. He's addicted to it, bro. He's just as much an FBA as
I know why he is, though.
I had to get out of there.
I told him tonight, I was like, look, anything that you see in another person is just a reflection of the innards of yourself, bro.
It's true. Yes.
All right, shaman. All right.
That's
I
right.
got you,
right.
shaman,
It's
swinging,
like
bro.
you're telling yourself you don't even know it. You don't even know it.
It's so funny though, because I mean, you guys have been there with me too. I mean, like that's how we've all like kind of like even though that is that I do find people get attracted to me, and we're all on the same page about something, you know.
Yeah.
And even if it's the FBA that we're focused on, like we just call out the bullshit though, you know, at the end of the day. But you're
Yeah.
right. If I'm so stuck in that, I become the bullshitter too, you know,
Yeah.
because I'm so
Well, to me, it
shit.
became bullshit when I realized that it actually had an official definition. And then you have these people on here just claiming it and they don't even meet the criteria. So I'm like, why would I talk to you when you're not even, you don't even meet the official definition? Like they want to pretend it doesn't have one, but it does. So I'm like, okay, so unless you meet that, why am I even talking to you? You're just claiming, I can claim to be at something too. Doesn't mean I am that. So it was just kind of stupid at that point. It's like, why am I talking to these people? You feel me? Like it's just like it's dumb. It's like they don't have documents showing they descend from a freedman. So how do we even know you? How do you know you're even an FBA? You don't even know that, but you're claiming it. So you're stupid. Like, no, I'm not talking about this. It's like, I'm not engaged with somebody who isn't even really that. Now, if you really are that, then let's have a conversation and talk about why you chose to, hype this up and you want to, be this identity or whatever and choose that label. Fine. But if you don't even meet that, the background for that, what are you talking about? You see what I mean? Like people, it's just a lot of people, they blacking on here. I mean, well, it's I don't want to use New York lingo. They're pretending to be something that they're not because that's what's popular right now. Exactly. But they don't really know what they are. So like what I'm saying, so like when Nagual was saying, like he was talking about like you was obsessed with it, they're like you, bro. Because you guys are all deraciated. That's the problem. That's why.
Yeah, I mean,
because they don't know who they are, because they don't really have a connection, because they don't have any documents to really show who they are. And then you're deraciated from your culture as well, coming from East Africa. So same thing. So these people just make up, they latch on to these identities and, oh, no, I'm this, I'm FBA. But are you really? No. Because if you really were, I don't think you would really be on here really that vocal about it. You would just be, resting in your comfortable FBA, being, and that's it. You wouldn't be on here. Why do you the fact you have to keep talking about it tells me you need, not you. I'm not talking about you, Vibes. I'm talking about these people here. It seems like they have something to prove to themselves. Like they got a position, right? Because they really not secure about who they are. So they feel like they got this identity. Oh, this sounds like something I could go with. Like this sounds like something that would mesh with me. So let me choose this. But it's like, but you can't. It's not just. It's not a. You can't just grab that and just take it. You have to actually meet the definition of it. You know what I mean? Like you can't just say, I'm gonna be this today. I'm gonna be this. No, that's not how it works. And I think that's the problem with these people. They just go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So it's like these people, they just, since they don't have they never really had an identity because they never had like their family records or whatever, and their grandmothers and grandfathers taught them about who they were, where they was from. These are the people you're gonna see online. This all talking about this FBA stuff or whatever they're talking about. Because notice people from other cultures, I don't see them on here doing that, right? I mean, unless it's an issue related to them, like something going on in the news right now. So like obviously Somali people are on here because they're but that's different. But they're not talking about just being Somali just to be Somali. They're only talking about it because they're being attacked in the media and by governments. That's a difference. But they're not here to defend an identity. Why would you need to defend an identity that you are? You either are, you aren't. You wouldn't need to prove it to anybody. People could deny it, right? You get what I'm saying? Like it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, 100%, Jay. That's why. I mean that was why probably I dove even more deep into it, because I figured that out too. That a lot of Black Americans, when you ask them, are you FBA? They'd be like, no, I'm not FBA, because they don't want to be associated with that crazy group. But they go, but I am part of that lineage. I am that part of that heritage. So they do still attach themselves to, because it's something to jump onto. Because right now it's banging. Right now it's hip. It's something that you can flex on immigrants, something you can flex. You know what I mean? This even Black American as a national kind of perspective, and them trying to monopolize the term Black. That's why when like Trouble was up here, and we went down the line of what is Black and what is American, and that she fits that category too. and it enrages them. But it's like we're here to educate too, you know. And I think that's what I love those people, regardless of what they call themselves, you know. But to try to like just show them that maybe this is not it for you, because when the true FBAs come on, they go, okay, I'm not an FBA. That's clearly that's a FBA. And
but you know their identity is fake when they have to when in order for them to be FBA, that requires them to distance themselves from other groups like Africans. You get what I mean? Exactly. Because you wouldn't need to be so vocal about doing that unless if you knew who you were, you would just be like, well, yeah, I descend from this. You know, I did my family tree, you know, and I'm gonna be honest with you, most niggas don't do that. Most people don't do that. And that's just what it is. They don't have their records because people didn't want to remember that stuff back in the day. So I don't know what these people, you know what I mean? It's like, they just don't have it, but they still trying to claim it anyway. And then you have these people on TikTok, like there's this one older lady, and she has this channel, and she was talking about, you know, these black people from the past, and she was like, oh, this person was an FBA inventor of this, and I'm like, what do you mean FBA? How do you even know? Like, again, going back to the definition of it, how do you know this person fits the definition? Because when I looked at that person's biography, I didn't see anything about it didn't fit into the definition of FBA. So why are you saying that? So that just goes to show me you're just using it however you want. So that means if it can mean anything, then it means nothing. You get it?
Yeah, exactly.
So then if it means nothing, then there's no need. Go ahead.
No, exactly. I was just gonna say that, and that guy Black History that was just up here, he goes deep into that, you know, about like deconstructing all that, you know. And I think that's what we're coming down to, because now Black Americans are realizing too that that's not the best identity to go into because of all the,
because it's very specific, like I said. That's why it's not good to go into. And I think like a lot of the older Black people, when I was listening to them, what they were talking about when they was really trying to say they was trying to say, okay, we were here back, like, you know, we remember segregation, we remember the 50s and 60s, like it was just, you know, people who were Black American, they were Black and they were American, you know, and that was what it was. And you know, and I can understand that, but that's not FBA. FBA is very specific, and that's my problem. They use the word FBA, but then everything they're talking about is not FBA, because that's not what FBA means. Right. FBA doesn't mean you were Black in America in the 60s. That's not what it means. You see what I mean? So the problem is again, they're using the word to mean whatever they want it to mean, but then it doesn't mean that, because the problem is that it's already been, right? You know, it's been not trademarked. What's the other word? Yeah.
Copy. It has been
right, whatever they call it. But whatever, you know, it's like it doesn't align with the meaning and the legislative, you know, history of what they're trying to talk about when they're using this term, which is really going back to the reparations thing. That's very specific. It's not just being it's not that you had a grandmother that was Black in the 60s. That's not what it means. So it's like either just stick to being that, you know, just Black person, or, you know, if you want to be FBA, like I always say, if you're trying to get reparations and that's what you really want to fight for and that's what you want, then go do that. But again, I always go back to, so then why are you hating on Africans? Getting reparations has nothing to do with Africans.
It's funny.
So that's right.
Yeah. It's the same thing I was telling Vibes about, like, because we were on Cheap Naturals Live, and there's all these, quote, Black indigenous, you know what I'm saying? And they're all like supporting immigration. They're all like, you know, and I told Vibes, I'm like, look, they could talk that shit all they want, but they're not. They want to claim indigenous identity, but they're not. Their philosophy isn't indigenous in practice, because we don't make delineations philosophically or linguistically between ourselves, plants or animals. So if the fact that they're doing that shows that they're not in practice of their own philosophy, and so, yeah, and so I was telling him, I have that card in my back pocket at any time. I could pull it on them anytime. They want to identify with like immigration, fuck them. But I don't, because I'm in their circle, so I'm just going to keep it cool and remain calm and go along with their narratives until I need to pull that card. Same thing with that FBA shit.
Yeah, and even the Black indigenous thing is kind of bogus to me too, only because I look at it from this perspective. Unless you were raised in belonging to an indigenous group, just because you had a family member from a time period who was a part of an indigenous group doesn't therefore make you a part of that group. And that's what I keep saying, and people just don't seem to want to understand that. They want to, because they, again, are deraciated, so they want to try to cling on to something from the past, and, oh, that means that was me, when it wasn't. And I think that's my big issue with that, because it's like, you weren't part of the group. You were never raised amongst these people, so what are you talking about? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. My great-grandmother, who I went to her funeral, she was indigenous. She was part of the Cherokee in Oklahoma, and they still own land there. And I went there, and her 10 children all have houses built on this huge, vast land in Oklahoma. It's Muskogee, Oklahoma. But I never claimed indigenous. I never would, because I don't know anything about those people, wasn't raised around those people, wasn't raised around these indigenous people, right? So I'm not going to say, but what I see some of these indigenous people saying, oh, well, my grandmother, great-grandmother, okay, so what? Were you raised in that? No, you was just raised as a regular nigga. So what are you talking about?
No, I say it all the time. It's I said I've met white tea people who aren't indigenous, whose practices are more indigenous than, quote, actual indigenous. That's just a fact, bro. I mean, I'm like, look, I actually had an unaliving experience where I was forced to enter my initiation and locked away with my mushroom for 3 years, literally in isolation. And my practice had lasted about 10 years. So I was in isolation for a good 10 years of my life doing nothing but practicing, researching, writing, all that shit. And that's the only way I would have ever done it. Otherwise, I'd have just been some regular Joe Schmo claiming I'm fucking indigenous and this and that. But I don't even like the term indigenous. I don't
either.
There's no word in my people's culture that describes indigeneity, because we hadn't had.
Because it's a Western concept. It's a Western
exactly
concept.
Right. So I'm like, I use the term because I ascribe to white tea philosophy and their linguistic systems. But the truth is, there's no use for me to do it because it's not my people's practice.
Because the concept is foreign, right? And like, for me, it was with the indigeneity thing, it was like, I think what they're doing is they're doing the same thing that some people do with the DNA ancestry, which me and you both know is already bogus. But instead of doing that, they're using these these records and saying, oh, well, because, my great grandfather was, indigenous, whatever nation, and then got reclassified or whatever. Therefore, it's like, okay, but even if that was the case, even if you have that still doesn't make you that. Because again, like you're saying, it goes back to really what I think is this. It's a very strange concept that people are like a doctrine or a dogma that somehow, instead of ethnicity, it's not an identity. It's really just a being. It's something you're raised up in. You just are. You don't need to identify. You just simply are. They're turning it into an identity.
Yep.
I don't know if it has something to do with identity politics or what it is, but it's like, they seem to think that I don't really believe that even ethnicities are real identities, because you either are or you aren't. You don't need to think about being. It's like being a man or a woman. You don't need to think about being a man. It's simply a state of being.
Yeah, I mean,
you are male. It's a biological reality. We are males. We go out in the world. We exist in space as in a certain. That's it. We don't need to identify. I need to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even my people's linguistic system didn't even have terms. They didn't have distinct definitions for femenina y masculino. There was no such concept, because there was no need to delineate one from the other. It was just, you are.
It's a state of being, right? Because you don't need to identify as a state of being.
Why would you need to identify unless you were infected with some white tea supremacy linguistic binary system?
Because the white tea people add in all these values to it. Oh, therefore you must be this, and do this. They add all this extra shit. Right? That's when the identity parts come in. Well, since you have since you're a person born with a penis, you're supposed to do this, and dress this way and do this and do this. They added all this value to it, but that's not really what it ever meant. It just is simply a state of being. You don't need to identify as it. It is. You're going to go through the natural processes of it. A woman's going to go through her natural processes of it. She can't stop it. I can't stop it. It's not I don't need to identify as it. And I think that's the problem. We have this obsession in this country with identity that, everything is an identity. And I'm like, no, some things just simply are, bro. You
it literally is an identity age at this moment. I really believe that this is psychosis of the entire. Well, I think it's purposeful. It's been put forth. I mean, when you said genealogy, I had a hard time when I found the literature. Finally, it said genealogy and genetics. They were both coincided. The literature put them together. I was like, oh, well, that's kind of crazy. Why would one be coincided with the other? Probably because they're the same fucking thing. It's just two different aspects of it.
It's just like one of my friends, she's from she was born in India, raised in the United States, and she was telling me, we were talking about like religion, and she was like how like, Christianity, Islam, you have to convert to those religions. And right, you convert, you do the pride, and you now identify as Christian or Muslim or Jewish. She was like, whereas in India, it's not really a religion in that sense. It's more of you just grew up practicing these rituals and that's it.
Yeah.
But it's not like a declaration of, oh, I am now this.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist because it's just, these are the rituals. People tell you, oh, you want this? Go pray to this guy. This is, you go do it. There's no, oh, you have to, you suddenly identify, because in other words, there's no doctrine in that sense where you have to accept a certain doctrine, which is a way of
confirmation or eat the little cracker.
Yeah, like there's no, because like Christianity, you have a creed, like it's a doctrine, which is really a way of talking. You must accept this way of talking. And if you don't, you are a heretic.
Yep.
So it's and I've noticed that in Western thinking, we tend to have these doctrines. Like we talked about, people, they treat science now as a religion, right? And there's these doctrines and you got to accept it. So it's kind of like people, like you said, there was this identity thing that seems to be tied in it too, where people think that everything must have an identity. And you got to figure out what your identity is, and right?
You got to come up with a term for every goddamn thing in the fucking planet, bro. It's like
a term,
ridiculous.
Right? Like this must be a term. Oh well, I like to do this and I look like that, so therefore I can't fit that, so I must be this identity. So we have now, these different. Now we have 32 different genders and all that.
Yeah. It's like, okay, Vibes. We don't. I mean, Jay, we don't have a name for that. Well, let's come up with a name for it so that we can objectify it. So that whatever it took for me and you to come up with this ideology to create a symbol that is a word that we make for other people to use, they will bypass that whole process and not understand what we meant in the first place.
Right.
A 3-letter word at that.
Yeah. Remember we were talking about that, Nagol, about like, you were talking about how like the Europeans came up with these classifications, like you have genius, kingdom,
yeah, bro.
All these different, they just break it down further.
Just more and more terminology. I'm like, how many words in the fucking lexicon at this point, bro? Jesus, get over it.
And then it kind of reminds me of like even the racial system, like in Spain, like in Latin America they have these castas where you have the mulatto, the morisco, the albino. The mestizo, the castizo, the lobo, they had these different words depending on what mixes, and it was like an infinite number of mixes.
Yeah, bro, mestizaje, fucking mestizo, fucking.
And it's like they just like everything needs to have a label. Oh well, if you mix this with this is now this label, but if that mixed with that, now you have this. It's like, why does everything need to be like, bro?
Just leave it alone.
It's like, what is the purpose of that? Like, I don't get it. But it seems like people are still infected with that to this day. They feel the need to label everything. Everything must have a label because you have to fit into this category. We have to categorize you.
Or let me say this. Or normal terms like Black American, which we thought was just a normal neutral term, just to declare that you're Black in America. Now they've tried to reshape that identity to be like, no, this means that you're not an immigrant, that you have nothing to do with Africa. Cut that lineage tie, and just redefining these terms already to only fit their narrative. So. Same with the FBA thing. You see the Black or the American Indians vibing with the FBA thing because it's picked up steam, and people are vibing with it. The only thing I hate about it is like these identities come with nothing but hate. So like a part of the delineation is all this hate. Like, remember when Black was all about love?
Oh God!
And it had love attached to it.
Yeah,
and like it had a better kind of like, I don't know. It had a different emotional like engagement. This one is about just, and I blame it on the current administration, and all the indoctrination and the patriotism and the nationalism, like all that. Obviously, that's playing out for
I still see the black love thing just the strings of it, like remnants of it still hanging out there. But like the other night, I was on a live, and some cat came up like that. And I was like, oh man, like everyone was kind of like, I could feel the eyes rolling through the phones. You know what I'm saying?
That's a new one for me. The eyes rolling through the phones.
But people like whenever I hear that term, like somebody wants to focus on, man, we just need to go back to loving each other. I'm like, oh, shut your fucking mouth.
Oh,
man.
right.
I'm just like, God, shut up.
Not the kumbaya thing, more like, I think just more like actions doing positive stuff, instead of like being so defensive. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I got DJ down there. I got your immigrants hanging, bro. Why don't you come up to the panel, DJ? I'll spin some records on you.
He said, "We not immigrants. We not no immigrants."
I forget sometimes that there's even people here, bro. Like, you mad because you're not part of an ethnic group, bro. I got your ethnic hanging, bro, for real. All groups of them.
You mean the ethnic group that was forced upon them, right? That racial classification. Right. That's what you're talking about, right? Yeah.
Well, at least he's got 89 followers, so I know he's not fake, man. But he still doesn't have. He's a coward. He can't show his face.
He says, "Well, the FDA has no ties to immigrants. We not immigrants." See, that's exactly what I just said.
We were just talking with the black shit, bro.
Yeah,
he just joined the party, bro.
You know that he's talking about. We already talked about this. We already went through this and flushed this out. So
we literally broke it down to the core. Right. The homie comes in here. You guys don't have an ethnicity. I got your ethnicity in my ass, bro. I don't give a fuck about no ethnicity.
Yeah, we don't care about that, bro. You can identify whatever you want. You want to call yourself that? Go ahead. If that makes you feel better. That makes you sleep at night. But you need to get online and tell me your ethnicity, and you need to proclaim it. Like, who cares, bro?
Yeah, tell us about your ethnicity when you pay with dollars and saying God we trust. You went to schools that were churches. I mean, you're like, every single thing that you do is Christian, yet you want to claim some bullshit ethnicity? Give me a break, bro.
Like, what is being part of this ethnicity done for you? Who said? One of you guys, I think, sent me a video. I think it was the Dr. Claude Anderson was talking about the whole why he rejects the whole concept of the black community. Was that one of you sent me that? Because I saw it.
Yeah, where he was talking about how
he was like, "There's never been right," and I agree with him. I said that.
You commented on it.
He was like, "No, because in the community, he defined what a community does," and he was like, "So what are they talking about?" And I see, I've always said that. What are you talking about?
He came up with the FBA in the first place.
I know, and he's saying there's not even a black community. And that's why I'm like, so what? So what are these people talking about? Like, oh, you're not part of the ethnic group. What community? Where's that at? Where's that at, bro? Where's that at, bro? What are you talking about?
And who said that, Jay, was Claude Anderson. That's who it was. He's the one that coined the term FBA, Foundation of Black Americans.
Yeah, it was like 86 or something like that.
I think it was first, it was NBA and then FBA, Native Black American, and then
and you're right.
Foundational Black American.
People don't know that about Claude, though, man.
But then he was like, we don't have a community. Yeah, but then he said there is no community, so at least he was being honest about it. It's like, because he never said that FBA was even Claude Anderson never said FBA was an ethnic group. Right, so these people are taking it to a whole nother level. Now suddenly an ethnic group, and this isn't. No, it's
not. More of a political identity.
Yeah, now political identity is suddenly an ethnic group. No, political identities can never be ethnic groups. It's like, that would be like calling the Republican or Democratic Party an ethnic group. It's stupid.
It's quite a lineage they got going on there.
Oh, and it's a lineage because my great grandfather was a Republican. Like, what, bro? Please.
The lineage goes all the way back to 1989, bro.
1989.
That's a huge lineage. You can see the family tree. It's like a leaf.
He says 1989. That's where it starts.
hey, DJ, show us your family tree, bro.
Right.
Well, yeah, and he said Claude Anderson said you don't have black communities, you have black neighborhoods, but community needs three things, right?
Yeah.
I think the one was what was it? One was you need to have your own like export import, like control of your like stores and like products.
Yeah,
or like
Yeah,
you need to have economic independence.
Claude Anderson was dope. I thought he was cool as hell.
Yeah,
basically what he was saying. Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say I forgot the third one. I forgot one of them, but the other one was like you have to have your people in legislation and these powers in the government.
So basically, what he was saying is you have to have political as well as economic independence, which Black Americans have never had in this country. So what are these people talking about? That's the whole issue here. That's why he was saying there is no Black community. What you have is historically you have the Black Americans historically. The ones that excel, we can only excel in positions where we were allowed to, which were entertainment positions, right? So if you look at the early Black people that were millionaires, they were all in entertainment originally. Yeah. They were, actors, they were singers, musicians, boxers in sports. That's what it was. Because that was the only place where you could actually be successful economically, in that sense, like a millionaire status as a Black American in this country historically. That was it.
and Black Americans went and assimilated into white spaces.
And as soon as as soon as they did it, and as soon as they could, those same people said, "We out of here, bro." Yep. Exactly. We going to assimilate into white people spaces because we not right. So what are you talking again? Community. What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. But it's all made up. They're just they coping, bro.
Theoretical constructs.
What is that called? White flight. Even when they came into the communities, they had to get up and leave because they said there's too many of you niggas coming into our neighborhoods.
Well, they either did one of two things. They either went to white areas that that allowed them to be there, or they created their own enclaves that were middle class, like only our kind can be here. We don't allow those lower class blacks. We don't allow people from the countryside.
That Creole shit.
Yeah, no, because I had an older lady that I worked with 20 years ago, and she told me she was from Louisiana, and she was saying how like they used to make fun of the people who came, like she was in California during the war, and a lot of people who came to California during the war, the blacks they were called sharecroppers. So she said they would like have chickens in their backyard, and they would only take they would have a Saturday night bath where they would only take a full bath once a week, and it was just very country. And they were made fun of by the blacks in California that were already there. They were mostly middle class and well established because they were seen as like, backwards people. But see, nobody wants to talk about that part. They want to pretend we've always had this kumbaya community. No.
Yeah, true. I was just saying that, Jay. Like, we're not as united as we think we are here in the United States. Not all black people think the same here. But that's I guess that's yeah, we got city Negroes, we got country Negroes, like you just said. We got house Negroes, we got field Negroes. We got
immigrant Negroes.
Their lawns.
We got
That's what I'm saying. We have Negroes of all shades and all types of backgrounds. So it's like for them to now say, "Oh no," but then you have this FBA, which is an ethnicity. No, it's not. It never was, because Negro itself was never an ethnicity. It was a racial status, legal, cultural, social status. It was never an ethnicity. It's not like being Igbo, where they actually have an actual language that they speak. This is completely distinct. Do we have that? No, we speak the language of everybody else. So what are you talking about?
And you can't trademark an ethnicity, right?
No,
you can't trademark Black American and put foundational in front of it and make it an ethnicity. Now it's something completely different.
And then they want to go back and like revisionist history, start using the term to apply to people. That's always pissed me off. How are you going to use a term that somebody never used to call themselves? Like you're going to say George Washington, you're going to say like, that would be like saying, oh, Thurgood Marshall was a FBA. Well, Thurgood Marshall didn't know what that was, never used it. So what do you mean he was FBA? You see what I mean? Like now they want to revise history and then start using a term to incorporate somebody who they don't even know their background.
I'm incorporating foundational brown American.
Yeah, and then you're saying foundational brown American.
I got you, bro.
Oh my God. Look at, I'm going to show you guys this prop. Oh my God. You guys got to see this.
Yeah.
I got big belt buckles coming, bro.
I had this one on, bro.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
It was so funny that this one white dude came on, and this live lasted for like 5 hours, bro.
Oh, bro, I caught that. I actually downloaded an old. I downloaded an old sketch of mine where they're doing slave auctions for the NFL Combine. I coupled it with your video here with one of your lives.
You get a vote.
I've got it on the back burner. I told you.
If it NFL 100 bitches at FB over 10,
I got your number, bro.
I love it.
So it was Black History that actually came onto that one, and I was already talking to a white dude, and the white dude was like, "No, well, I'm a foundational white American." But when he saw this, he came up and he was like, "Let me speak for them," and I was like,
"I saw it." I was like, "All right." It was hilarious.
You saw it all right, and then it was funny because then the FBAs came in the thing and started talking shit to him. And then Obi came in, the African homie, and he started shitting on the FBAs because they took it too easy on the foundational white American.
Yeah, that was a trip, bro. Then, I have the whole thing recorded, bro.
Roasted him. Oh my God, I got it recorded. It was hilarious. And then Black History came on, and he put some order to some shit. He's a really good mod. And then he's got his little English accent, or his UK accent, so it makes it more proper. But he pitted them against each other, man. It was the most hilarious thing ever. And he was like, oh well, if you can be foundational Black American, why can't they be foundational white Americans? And they're like, no, they're not foundational. It was so funny, bro.
Hey, DJ, stay mad at my nuts up against your chin, bro. How about that? Sorry, I had to interrupt there, guys.
No, that's fine. He's wild around.
Just a troll. Stay mad, bro.
Yeah, the foundational, the FWA. That's interesting.
Oh, we gotta market that one, bro. We gotta coin that one right now, bro.
I got that out of my ass.
FW.
But I was just making the similarities.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's interesting. I like the similarities because they both say the same thing. You will not replace us. Right. Referring to the immigrant. But see, the difference is with the FWAs, they don't seem to have this aversion to European immigrants. They just say, if you come here, you got to just adopt our ways. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So they don't see. So you just have to assimilate to our ways, speak English, and be like us. But as long as you're of European stock, you're fine, right? Just do what we do, and you're good. We'll allow you to marry into us. That because that's the marker of whether or not a group accepts you or not. Will allow you to marry their daughter. So whereas you notice with the FBAs, oh no, we're not African. They're trying to be anything but we're not. Right? Why is that, bro? Why? Yeah, because you know why? It goes back to anti, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't like being a nigga. That's the problem. Like I've been saying, this is where it all goes back to.
I got a hard time with it myself.
Yeah, you don't see white Americans delineating from Europe.
Yeah, you don't see them saying, "Oh, we're not those Europeans. We're not Europe." Right? You never see them saying it. And anything they align themselves to Europe. Oh yes, you see everything Europe created. That's all white people right there. We built civilization. But yet when the FBA's, oh, we're not African. We don't live in mud huts. We don't do this, do that. Oh, right, because you don't like being black, bro. Just say it. That's really what it goes back to. We all know what this is all about. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You never liked being black. So that's why anything that's associated with it, you want to disassociate and align yourself with anything but that. That's what it all goes back to.
Yeah.
Right? I got a hard time with it myself.
You got a hard time with what?
Talking about
being black, bro. I got a hard time with it.
Oh, yeah.
No. Nagwal came up on an African panel. And was it an African panel, Nagwal, or
yeah, it was an African panel.
I don't. Yeah, and they discarded him after they were trying to break him down, and Nagwal was like, "Well, I don't identify as anything," but he was trying to give him where he was, but he wasn't trying to get doxxed either. I understood, but right. What I wanted to say was, what did I want to say? Fuck, I already forgot.
Let me ask you a question, Vibes. Let me ask you an honest question. Do you actually think that black is beautiful?
Of course.
Don't say of course. Don't say of course, because there are many niggas that don't believe it. They be like, remember. Do you know why I say that?
Okay, let me break it down. Let me break it down.
Why don't you ask me that question, Jay?
You're next, Nigel. The English term for black. That's what the problem I have with all this.
No, I mean no. Let me before you continue. When I say black is beautiful,
you mean, but I have to break it down like this.
I'm not talking about the word itself.
I get it. So again, yeah, I love my skin color, even though I don't have my father's skin color, right? I love melanin, love all shades of it, right? But that's what, just back to the word though, how they trying to monopolize it just to fit their definition of it. So it's kind of, but we have our own terms. We have our own languages to describe our color. We don't have to say black. So that whole thing with the Somalis aren't black. Of course, there's the coonery. Of course, there are the self-hating Somalis that think they're more Arab than they are African. Of course. And then, but you also have them that they present not with their color, because we're so hyper focused on race and color, right? So in America, and the rest of the world, they identify with their nationality, their heritage, their culture, their tribe, right? That's more important to them. So, but they still have a word that they use in their language to describe their beautiful blackness, their beautiful, melanated self. But do I love? Okay, so say it again, Jay.
So when I asked you, do you believe black is beautiful? I was thinking in terms of like how what the term meant when it was coined in the late '60s, which was referring to 4C hair, what we would call negroid features, like West African, not East African, because they look different. I'm talking about the West African, what we would consider those, wide noses, full lips, 4C hair, because my point is that a lot of so-called black identified stuff, but people do not consider black being beautiful. That's why I sent you that video where that dude, when he was talking to his girl, and he was like, "Oh, you got good hair, I got nigga hair." That's what I'm talking about. Because he don't really believe black is beautiful.
I remember
he don't believe
that.
black is beautiful, and a lot of niggas don't believe black is beautiful. They may say it for just to be politically correct. Oh, yes, I do, but they don't believe it. They don't want no nigga features. They don't want that.
They rather choose a snow bunny. They rather get a biracial girl,
because they want to mix. They don't mind mixed features, like, looser curl texture hair, more keener, finer features, but they don't want no straight up rustic Negro features. They don't like that. They don't find that beautiful. That's my point. You get what I'm saying?
They don't find their mothers beautiful. You have a lot of that self-hate too.
Which means they don't find themselves beautiful. That's why they try to seek out a female counterpart who looks nothing like them. Right. Who in no way resembles them, because they don't want their kids to look like that. But I see it as not only, I believe that the reason they don't consider it beautiful is because it goes back to power. It goes back to the fact that they were, in this country, because of colonialism or whatever, the people who were in power were European. That was their phenotype. So when you see that, that's what's considered whether you like it or not, it gets drilled into us even from a young age that that's what's aspirational. Because you don't want to look like the people who are at the bottom. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Whether you like it or not, all of us have been influenced by that, whether you like it or not. So when that guy when the video I sent you was so quick that he just rattled off like it was natural. Oh, well, you have good hair, I have nigga hair. He was saying something he was subconscious. That's been drilled in him since he was a child. That it wasn't that he may have not even had a concept of race, a conscious, a race consciousness. He just was drilled into him that it's not his hair texture is not aspirational, because his hair texture is not associated with power. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if it was, guess what? Everybody in the world would be trying to get their hair to be, 4C or whatever, to look like that.
You get it? Jealous.
Yeah. So it's like, that's what it goes back to. It's like, it's a power thing. The Europeans have conquered virtually the entire world, and the people have been indoctrinated to see the European features as what's aspirational, what you should achieve. Because if we're just talking about a beauty standard, I mean, huh?
Oh, no, nothing. I accidentally invited I am. Fucking I am.
Yeah, we don't want you, bro. We don't want you here.
I didn't mean to invite you, but while you're up here, I guess he felt the need to come up too. Then I guess. What's up,
like Snow Bunnies? And what's your name and age? And
what's you come up with the most idiotic prompts? You know that?
Well, just answer the prompt, bro.
Do they make you feel better vibes?
I don't know, bro. I didn't mean. I'm just having this private conversation with these guys, and we were talking about this prompt. But I'm not coming after you today. I'm taking a break.
Who really decides your job or position in America?
He's putting the FDA down, man.
This is volunteer work. This is America. You can do whatever the hell you want in America. You don't have to work for somebody.
This is not America, sir. This is the United States. Jesus, know your nationality from your continent.
Man. Now you're just trying to argue.
I'm a United States Marine. I'm not an American Marine.
You're trying to argue semantics, bro.
He is a Marine, though. I'm
a Marine, you fucking idiot.
I don't give a damn.
I know, we don't either. That's my point. You're not American.
I am. Are you still on those East African panels? Trying to take our lingo?
I ain't been on. I don't have no lingo. What lingo do East Africans have?
Stop it, bro. You take all our lingo.
You don't have no fucking lingo.
We have all the swag, all the lingo, all the aura, nigga.
Yeah, what, rapping yourself up, dude?
Stop it, stop it.
How come everybody's using your profile
jobs, I don't know why y'all think about working for somebody. Like, you should come here with the mindset of being your own boss.
I got your boss swinging, bro.
Why do you think we're working for someone? I'm
judging off the first question.
Oh, you actually asked a question.
My bad, bro.
I'm telling you, the mindset from the gate is wrong. You shouldn't be thinking about working for either.
Right. I agree with you. I agree with that. But most people aren't entrepreneurs, right? Most people just get a 9 to 5. Most people are getting it just out of the mud.
Yeah, and most white people in the same position as black people, but you like to say whitey like they're a monolith. Like y'all like to use the 1% of white America as the representation of all of white Americans.
I know there's different demographics of white people. I know that. You guys like to call all Africans and not knowing that there's all types of different Africans. Just same with Mexicans. There's all types of different Mexicans. But you like to generalize them all.
Oh yeah, I know the difference between Africans, but I definitely generalize Mexicans for sure.
Yeah, I hate Mexicans, bro.
Shut up, Nicole. Don't do that. You be that fucking devil's advocate.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know about no diversity in Mexico, so I just lumped them all together as mestizo.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, that is the majority, but that majority only encompasses the white or the Spanish and the indigenous, right? It doesn't encompass the black, but the black is in there. But if you just say mestizo, it overlooks the black populations of Mexico.
There we go, Jay. The mestizo, not the mestizaje or the mulatto.
If the NFL owner bench FBA over a tether, do you get a vote? I don't know. See, the NFL is all about performance. It ain't about politics. Whoever the best player in that position is going to play.
It's all about slavery, bro.
Say an African immigrant, because there's a lot of African immigrants in the NFL, right? There's African football players that say they took his job. They took a FBA's job, but
they didn't take up nobody's job.
But listen, I'm saying, like, if the owner or the coach started him over a foundational black American, you would say he took his job, just like you would say that they come over here and take
sports. You know that y'all compete for starting positions during training camp and preseason. So the best player is going to play.
Change. No, I am. There's people that get traded throughout the year, and they get traded and dumped and picked up by somebody else. The teams always do that. So it's not just by it's not just as easy as that.
You're just reaching.
Bro, it's a slave trade. That's all it is. Jesus. Take the eyeglasses off, man.
The slave trade, $100 million slave trade. Imagine that.
Yeah, you're the slave. That's my point. Not them. You.
Come on now. Come on now, bro. And it's worse actually for the football players, because they're using their labor, right? Their actual body, the CTEs.
Yeah, most of them was doing it for free in the hood for free. They played the shit for free. Now they getting $100 million to play a game they love. You can't compare that. That's disingenuous when you try to compare that to slavery. It just sounds like jealousy, because you know damn well if you could go out there and make 100, 200 million, you would do it.
I know a friend that did it too.
Really?
You would do it if you risked your life in the Marine.
I had a high school friend that did it for a bit. He did
pennies compared to what they make. You would definitely go and risk your body to play football to make hundreds of millions.
I could have done it myself. I chose
not to. Point. I am.
You risked your life for pennies. So what's the difference?
You're not getting it. At the end of the day, at the end of the game, the owners run. There's no black owners.
Why would there be black owners? Like, is it Italian owners? Are there German?
Well, you just love seeing black folks like get strung up. They're German their arms. They're 300 billion.
Are there
all I know is that they're all on code regardless of what the difference is.
Because they all the same family. They all small hats.
None of them help their communities. None of them help their people.
Why would somebody else be an owner if they started the league? Most people ain't even got the money to buy into that shit. You know how expensive it is to own a team?
It's as expensive as dropping to your knees and sucking off the white tea, bro. That's as expensive as it is.
I don't even want to talk to this dude. This dude's just trolling. Do you know how
you came up here, bro?
Do you know how much?
Do you know how not everybody's gonna have a real conversation. Gonna have your perspective,
But
you don't know what real is. I am.
Do you know how much the buy-in to own a team is?
Jesus, all you gotta do is drop to the knees, Suck off the white tea, bro. Keep telling you.
Vibes, I'm asking you a question. Do you know how much to buy?
I don't know. It's probably a lot of money, right?
How many Black Americans you think, if they were allowed, how many you think has the means to buy a team?
If they put their money together, because the black American has the biggest spending power. Remember, the
spending power ain't wealth, bro. That's spending power.
So if they put that money together and put a LeBron James,
I want you to really answer the question though. How many do you think have the means to purchase a team if it was allowed?
You a sellout, bro.
I don't know, bro. I don't know that.
I got the recording coming for you. I
know your answer, which is none.
I ain't gonna say none, but it's probably you can count them on one hand.
I got the recording coming for you.
My point is that it's not even about performance. It's all for entertainment purposes. It's all fucking scripted. Okay, it's not even a real fucking game.
Conversation. I can't speak on that. That's conspiracy.
Exactly.
You just can't speak, bro. How about that?
Anyways,
football is a white-owned sport. How is America any different?
You watch it every weekend, then, don't you? You go glued to that TV. Oh, get my fantasy football on.
No, let him answer the question. Go ahead.
So, hold on. Let me reread that. Football is a white-owned sport. How is America any different? Races don't own countries, I guess. But like races don't own sports either. Like I said, they started football, bro. They created the sport. Like the people who created it, it ain't white people. It's a small group of elites that own the shit. Y'all just like to call it white people. But even the racist white people will tell you them ain't white people. They don't like calling small hats white people. Because they know how evil and tribal they are, even towards them. So they don't consider them white.
All right.
If merit matters, why fear Africans competing? And if loyalty matters, why black players still disposable in it? Bro, everybody disposable in sports. Like, I don't know if you just rage baiting with these questions, but like if you can't perform, you're gonna get replaced. You get injured, you're gonna get replaced. You're a problem, you're gonna get replaced. That's just how it go.
All right, appreciate the answers. Let's see what Sliding Penguin, if Sliding Penguin wants to respond to what you've said, or if he wants to answer some questions. What up, Sliding Penguin? Good to see you.
What's going on, brother? I'm just tapped in, bro. I'm just tapping in, bro. I can't even read right now, bro.
Yeah, don't even trip.
If you
been listening in?
Yo, if you already know, you know. I can't even read right now.
I got you.
Read right now, but let me see. Let me try it. Who really decides your job or position in America? FBAs or YT corporations only? YT corporations. That's just what it is. Because what it is, the YTs did not delineate from each other like the FBAs and stuff like that. And they got their little cliques and disagreements, but when it comes to power positions, economic progress, like they're like a laser. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if the NFL owner benches a FBA over a tether, do you get a vote? If the NFL owner benches a FBA over a tether, that sounds like a conundrum, bro. Because it's like a FBA over a thing. Do you get? I don't think so. The owner, bro. Like, I'm a Cowboys fan, so Jerry Jones, he ruined the Cowboys, bro. Like, he didn't let the coaches coach, so you know how that goes. If whatever they want to say goes, even though they could lead their people in the burning building. If football is a white-owned sport, how is America any different? I say football is like, it's getting diversified now, though. It's like equal, bro. It's equal. If football is a white-owned sport, how is America any different? Damn, bro, you got some questions, bro. You got some serious questions.
I gotta redo these questions because I just threw some shit out there.
No, keep it like that. Keep it like that because we wanna make thinking great again. Like, this is some serious. There's some questions like you really gotta like really read 2-3 times, and I kind of like that. That's cool. If merit matters, why fear Africans competing, and if loyalty matters, why black players still disposable in the NFL? Well, you see, it's all about entertainment, man. So they want the strongest, the baddest, the loudest, and all that stuff. But if you see, like look at the quarterbacks, when they get their money, they get hurt, bro. And look at Grant Hill. Like not even switching from NFL, but look at Grant Hill, bro. He rode the bench 80% of his career, bro. Had sneakers and all that. So with sports now, the smartest people is actually the brainiacs. Like the people that's like, okay, this is not gonna last long. Let me take whatever money I get from this. Let me open up some chicken spots, some this spots, some that spots. Like doing stuff to like, okay, it was a player from the New York Knicks. He was a millionaire on the bench. His name was Chris Dudley. You remember him? He was a backup for Patrick Ewing. Bro, he scored average was 4 points a game. He was a millionaire, bro. And he had diabetes. So, but literally, like, you know, sometimes the smaller guy, you know, putting away more money is more worthwhile in the long run than the rich guy just blowing money away. Look at Chad Ochocinco. The brother drove a pickup truck. He was so cheap, he slept in the stadium, bro. Just think about that. He was so cheap, he slept in the stadium. So, yeah, you got some hard-hitting questions, bro. No, but I like people like that, though, bro. That's like real hunger force. That's what people need to know. Like that's a genius. Like, why waste money on hotels, things? You practicing, you can wake up anytime, jump rope, lift weights, do this. If you take a date there, shit, they're in a cathedral. They're in something like 20 times bigger than the mansion. You're in a football stadium. It's just cold. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Sliding, thank you for that. I just to make it clear, when I thought about this, I thought about how Black Americans have achieved success in the NFL by being the first quarterback, by running this many yards, by being the first Black to win the Super Bowl or the MVP. And then I paralleled that with like how Black Americans have worked their way through this government and have reached like the 14th Amendment, or have, you know, created a Black town, you know, and or, you know, any achievement of Black success. That's how I paralleled to this, where you can only get so high up, you know, you can't like there's always a glass ceiling, you know, and so that was my parallel to this. But I do have to make the Jay. Do you?
Yeah, it sounds like more of what I would describe as pretty much getting while the getting is good. You know what that means?
Yeah, getting while the getting is good.
So like, yeah, so like you sign this contract, $1 million contract. You know, you make your money while you can, and then you do what you know. After that, you invest it properly. But that's what it is.
You gotta get smart before you get a CTE and you ruin your whole life, you know, or you get dragged by the media, you know, Michael Vick or anything. They get into your business, domestic abuse in your family, and they put you all out.
No, Michael Vick he was doing dog fights.
Donovan McNabb, Philly ran him out, bro. Like they said, like, I'm a Cowboys fan, but they said like the Philadelphia Eagles fans, bro, is no joke. They ran Donovan McNabb out of Philly. And also I want to tap in what the brother just said. Like, you gotta understand, what if the NFL signed these players and they required them to buy a certain amount of stocks or diversify portfolios? What if they got like $1 million, whatever, blah, blah. They say, okay, we require you to do some entrepreneurship or start up a trucking company, or we require you to get your CDL or become let's say a load broker or something like that, bro. Do you know how serious that is? Or if they say, okay, we're going to give you the millions, but you have to take some of the money and make your own little farms or something like that. That's bro, because once they get injured, bro, they're done. Like at that time is less brute force, but it's brain force. So this your questions seem like Jeopardy, bro. Keep it up, bro.
I need to refine them. Though. But Jay, did you land so I can get Nagual if Nagual has anything to respond to as well? I did. And then we'll have an open panel, and then we can just talk.
I want to open my panel on DJ's chin. Bring him on up.
DJ's. Who's DJ? Oh, you're in the fucking. You're in the comments.
Yeah, you keep talking about his ethnic group, quote unquote. Like, what are you talking about, bro? See, again, you know.
I told you, Vibes. This is the 6th time this week I've been called Black and African, bro. It's starting to wear on me, man. I think it's starting to fit me well.
Well, DJ just said, "Oh no, it's just FBA is just another. It's just another way of saying African American." Wrong.
If it's just another way,
you don't know what you're talking about, DJ. Try again.
What is it, then, Jay?
FBA. In order to be considered FBA, you must have an ancestor, at least one ancestor, who was an American freedman or descendant thereof.
Yeah, that's an ethnic group.
No, it's not. That's specifically for the purposes of reparations. All of the reparation bills that are coming in the States are having that language.
Let me explain this to me. What's the difference between African American and FBA?
African American is a synonym for Black or Negro that was added to the U.S. Census in the 1990s.
No.
That's what it is.
What's the difference according to the United States? What's the difference between African
United States what?
Whatever you want to use, the census, the data, the census, or I forget the other name.
Well, the Census Bureau it just says African American. It says, what does it says? Black/African American. So that's clearly ambiguous, whatever that means. It doesn't define it. It doesn't say. And then I think, well, the muddled definition.
Let me ask you this question.
Wait. Let me finish, and you can go on. Let me finish, and you can go on, bro.
Group? Is that what you're trying to say?
So on the census, the muddled definition that it uses is it says has origins in any of the Black racial groups of Africa, which really doesn't mean anything. So that's what it says.
That's what Black mean.
Which means nothing. What does it mean, Black racial group of Africa? It's like a circular definition.
That's what Black mean.
No, it says Black/African American, and then under that it says having any origins in any of the Black racial groups of Africa. That's what it says.
Okay, but in society, in the data, how is African American used?
Okay, so first you asked about the U.S. Census Bureau. Now you're jumping, bro. So choose where you want to be at. No, I'm not going to go down on laundry list of questions.
This is what I'm asking you. I don't want to play. I don't like playing.
I don't like playing either.
Are you telling me that Black Americans don't have an ethnic group? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying Black is not an ethnic group. It's a racial group.
The people who descend from slaves that built the Americas are in the United States of America. Are you saying they are not
the descendants of American freedmen are not an ethnic group? Okay, the descendants of American freedmen are not an ethnic group. No.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Oh, hey, yo, I am. Let me ask Jay a real serious.
Bro, that's a silly question. No, that's some silly shit.
Yo, let's have the quorum. Let me ask Jay a real serious question. Yo, Jay, my brother, how's everything? So 5 to 10 years from now, where do you see your movement at? Do you think y'all gonna get made whole? Do you think you're gonna get some like what type of reparation?
He's not an FBA,
bro. You don't hear the way he's talking. He's trying to delegitimize.
Well, we don't know who's FBA because unless they have documents showing they're a freedman, they have a freedman ancestor. They don't know that either.
Hold on. Okay.
So whoever's trying to claim FBA, you better have your documents showing you have an ancestor who's an American freedman. If you don't, just shut up about it. You making it up as you go along.
Penguin, Jay's not an FBA, by the way.
Okay.
I am as the FBA. I am as the FBA.
Okay.
I mean, I've never did my family. I could be an FBA. I could have an ancestor who's an American freedman. I don't know that.
So I am. Like we respect people's lineages and what they've been through. I'm one of the indigenous. I was never with this whole thing that said like where's the boats and all that, because you had indigenous slavery, you had African slavery, you had it mixed up too. So I don't play around with that. That's serious trauma. But what I'm saying is like, don't you think that this whole FBA thing had got like stretched out like too much, like when you question people, grandparents where they from or parents where they from, do you believe that like it was too much crash outs brought in? It was like a loss of scholarship, switched out to like a roasting thing. Like
I mean, that's all. It's all dependent. When you're talking about FBA, you're talking about 40 million people, bro.
No. I'm not talking. I'm not talking about the Black Americans. Like I know FBA's like to leech onto that. I'm just talking about for the specific 200-300 or 1 million people that just say they're FBA. Like with
so
the
this is what I want you to understand. The FBA is an idea. It's a code. It's not a movement. So when I'm gonna use celebrities that have said the same type of things. When Morgan Freeman, what's her name, Raven Simone, Floyd Mayweather, Michael Jackson, when they said on public national television, "I am not African. I am not an African American. I am a Black American." When they say that, they're saying the same things that FBA is saying. They just
but that's not the meaning of FBA, bro. So what are you talking about?
They're not articulating it the same way. You know, it ain't as they weren't as refined as it is today, explaining what they were trying to say. But they are saying the same thing.
But it's not the meaning of FBA.
If you're saying FBA,
it's not the meaning. No,
African American. We talking about the original Black people from here with no immigration.
But that's a different thing. You could call it something else. That's not FBA.
AJ, hold on. Give me a second. But do you think that this whole delineation thing kind of like got out of hand a little bit too much, where like it was a loss of scholarship. It was like especially when the Twitter people came over, bro.
Like I say, it's all about who you talking to, bro. It's panels that are intellectual. But if you going to talk to the trolling niggas, that's what you gonna get.
I like scholarship, bro. I love.
You gotta talk to them type of people. It's like intellectual panels. Just like
would you consider yourself a trolling nigga or a scholarship?
I can do both. I match energy.
Yeah, okay.
I match energy. So if somebody wanna be scholarly, we can do that. And if somebody wanna get with the bullshit, I can do that too.
Hey, at least he's standing his ground, bro. That's one thing, man. He sound like he got his head together. It's just that what he got to do is all right. So here's the thing: when FBA really like started making some noise, I started seeing like okay, like let's say the Caribbean people, right? I even seen some people say like Malcolm X's mother ain't raised her kid, a bunch of stuff, bro. And I was like, don't they know, like, you know, like you had like the like a same similar type of fight, like because I'm indigenous, whatever, so I could actually attest. Let's say that's
the thing, bro. When we say stuff like that, we muddy in the water.
Yeah, because
we don't all have the same fight. We don't all have the same vision. We don't all got the same wants and needs.
So look, y'all don't know my struggle, man.
So look, like I was saying, right? We even had conversations before. It was like last year. I was like, they gotta watch this delineation stuff. Like they can't delineate too much. They need allies. Like in other words, like let's say if you say, hey, I found an indigenous ancestor, they were sent from America to the Caribbean. We could vouch for that. Like we could vouch for that. Like I could show you proof that a lot of East Coast tribes and Gulf tribes were sent to the Caribbean, right? I could show you proof that South American tribes were sent to the Caribbean and America. You see what I'm saying? So like I just hope.
What does they got to do with FBA though?
Nah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like let's say you might not get the reparations you want, but sometimes you have to get your foot in the door. Right.
Yeah, I'm saying water, that we all black stuff that muddies the water.
Yeah. It does. Like, to be honest with you, bro, I'm a tribe. I'm actually reddish brown. So I understand whoever claimed black, kudos to them. I'm not gonna get nobody.
I'm black, bro. He's red.
Yeah, Miguel's black. He's more black.
Another thing you gotta realize, it's not like this came out of nowhere. Like Pan-Africanism had 100 years, bro.
Tariq Nasheed came out of nowhere. He didn't come out of nowhere either. He came out of the Pimp Chronicles, and he was a Pan-African himself. So stop.
Most Black Americans were Pan-African.
They weren't. That's a lie. Most niggas were not Pan-Africans. No, they wasn't. That's a lie. No, they wasn't.
Became the norm because
most black people was never Pan-African.
So
he's just making up as you go along.
Go back to the our original freedom fighters and whatnot, our activists. They were not with Pan-Africanism, but along the way, they co-opt into our movements and made that the main face of black liberation in America. And it has done nothing. It has done nothing but exploit.
Hey, my brother, do you believe in Marcus Garvey?
Talking points.
Hey, I am. Do you believe in Marcus Garvey and the fact that Malcolm X parents was fervent Garveyites because of his organization? Do you believe in him?
Do you believe in him? He's
like okay, like the movement he did, like the UNI stuff, his organizational skills, like how he was able to bridge people's, like, do you believe in that stuff? Like,
no, I'm not against it. If they want to do it, go do it. But like that ain't got nothing to do with Black Americans. See, these people are immigrants, so of course they thinking international because they thinking about their people back home and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I say we got a different fight. We ain't got the same fight.
So my next question for you:
we just skin folk. All skin folk ain't kin folk.
You're right. And as an Indian, all feathers ain't the same. So my next question to you: with you delineating against, like, let's say Caribbeans and this and that and all that, like, how are you going to get the help you need from an oppressive YT supremacy like that?
Well, they don't help us now. They a small population, and a lot of them go against the grain.
Because you need allies.
We've been over. Not really. We've been over here by ourselves. Everything we did accomplish, we basically did it by ourselves. So we got allies. I mean, the white abolitionists helped us way more than any black immigrant.
Well, that's some strong points right there, bro. You said, I mean, if you really believe that, it's cool. I mean, I do believe that the Civil War, people lost their lives. That was white tea and all that stuff and all that. I understand that, but I mean, I just don't want you to delineate yourself out of allies. You got to remember when
delineation is just preserving, you know, drawing the line together, respect.
You're gonna need some allies, though. I'm telling you, you're gonna need allies.
Yeah, but they can be allies from across the street. They don't, you know what I mean? They ain't got to be in our shit. They ain't got to speak for us, you know.
So
we got different reasons.
Zamad, let me ask you a question. So, have you done your family history to see if you had ancestors who were American freedmen?
Yeah, I know my genealogy.
All right, well then that's it. That's all it is. So, what's the issue?
What you mean issue?
Because I don't understand, if you know that you're a foundational Black American, you have the ancestry, so you would qualify for the reparations if they get this thing going. Why is there this?
It's not just about reparations.
Well, that's the main point, though, as far as delineation. It may not be the main thing for you, but that's the FBA movement in terms of what the purpose is in legislation. The legal aspect of it is about reparations, as far as because you don't want people who don't have that ancestry from American freedmen. They wouldn't qualify, obviously, right? Because their ancestors were not slaves, so they wouldn't qualify for the reparations. Because, see, the issue here I'm having is that I see the word FBA being applied to people who you don't know if they have American freedmen ancestry or not. Not saying you specifically doing that, but I've seen that done on other channels. That's why I'm saying, why is the scope being expanded to something more than, having that specific ancestry? And now it's kind of turning into an ethnicity, all this other stuff.
Because it's more than reparations.
Well, for the legal aspect,
maybe that's how it started. Maybe that's how a lot of them talked in the beginning.
Yeah,
but it's way deeper than reparations.
Well, that's what I'm saying. For you, it may be, but in the law, that is what's the concern, is the reparational aspect.
Hey, Jay. It sounds like a poll tax. Like when they ask you, like, who's this, who's that, what's this, what's that, and I heard some of them.
Well, because my issue is that I can ask 100 different people who are claiming FBA what it is, and I'll get 100 different answers. He's saying, "Oh, well, it's more than this reparations. This person is this," but the only thing that is going to be consistent across the board is the reparations, which is based on these bills, these state bills. So I don't really give a fuck about somebody's opinion about, oh, well, it's really this and this culture and this, because you guys can't agree on everything anyway.
People will tell you it's just foundational Black Americans. It's just Black Americans who come from American history. They not
right, but the problem with that,
that's what most people would say. Most people won't even say it in a political way. because a lot of people don't understand politics.
And I agree with you on that. And my issue with that way of talking is that it's very fickle, because the issue is that American history when 1950, 1800, what year are we talking about? Again, everybody's not going to agree. That's my problem.
Yeah, prior to immigration.
That's what you say. And I have somebody else say, oh, no, actually, your family had to be here before 1900. Or somebody say your family had to be here before 1850.
Say 1876.
Some people say 1876. That's what I'm saying. You see how you get these different answers because the benchmark changes depending on who I'm talking to. So in other words, anything other than the reparational aspect, which is based on the law, is going to be based on opinion. That's all the point I'm trying to make here. You going to say one thing, somebody else who identifies as FBA going to say another. But the only thing we can all agree on is that you have that American freedman ancestry. That's what would be consistent, because if you don't have that, you're not FBA. You understand what I'm saying? Now, whether or not you want to argue whether it's an ethnicity or a culture, again, you're going to get different answers and all this other stuff.
An argument like science and history acknowledges Black Americans as a separate ethnic group. So that's not really an argument.
You say they acknowledge as what?
As a ethnicity, to recognize ethnicity.
I mean, like I said, if you want to call it an ethnicity, fine. But I'm just saying that I guess if you want to say, well, the ethnicity is just based on having this American freedman ancestry, you want to leave it at that. I'm not going to argue with you on that, bro. That's fine if you want to use if that's how you want to use the term ethnicity. It's no problem with me. But I'm just saying all this other stuff about this cultural aspect that you're gonna get different opinions. Everybody's not in agreement on what that is and where that begins and ends.
I actually agreed with them, like to say, okay, you need your own little box to say, okay, my people came from this and that. Cool, but there's other ways to work around that to bring in more allies to support you than calling people tethers and this and demeaning people and all that. Like you're just chasing away.
Being of immigrant heritage don't make you a tether. Bro. Tether is a behavior.
No. The actual word tether means.
I know what you look at it. I'm telling you, when FBA call people a tether, they're talking about your behavior.
I understand, but we got to get back to scholarship, though.
You're not a tether just because you're an immigrant.
Yeah. Look, they even call me an immigrant. I'm born in New York City, and I'm a combat veteran.
You can still be an anchor baby.
No. I'm just saying. And the crazy thing is, my parents is American Indians, and the crazy thing is, Trump's mother is born in England, and they couldn't call him an
Well, immigrant by definition is someone who was born somewhere else and came here. So
if
you born here, you're not an immigrant.
Shocked,
so.
Bro. Yeah, I was shocked that somebody got blown up.
He's of an immigrant background.
I was like,
FBA.
Well, but see, that's all fake. That's all not either. I know what you're saying. You just saying he's not FBA because he doesn't have that ancestry we talked about. See, bro, that's why that ancestry is very important, because that's really what it is.
Yeah,
because see, as far because
I got ancestry
from a different ethnic group. Like that's all. He's from a different people.
I'm just on the Indian side. I'm together. I'm not trying to. You know what I'm saying? I understand what they got going on, but I just wish that if they could have pushed more scholarship, built things with more allies, like things would have been way different, bro. Like because
it's looking at it as a movement. FBA is not a movement.
It's unnecessary, bro.
It's not. You want it to be a movement.
Right. It's not a movement. It's a brand. It's a brand. It's not a movement.
Yes, it is a brand. That's true.
Tariq Nasheed is not your leader. He's your owner. And he's the brand ambassador of
Malcolm X already said Malcolm X warned us
against away tomorrow. If Tyreek died tomorrow, nothing would stop, bro. Nothing would stop.
Either way, I've seen FBAs call other FBAs tethers, man.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Again. I am. Do you as an FBA? You know you have African ancestry, right? As an FBA, you know you descend from Africans. Do you know that?
I descend from Black Americans.
Nah. Go look at the FBA website, my brother.
Right? See, they never look at that. They just want to make it up as they go along, and that's my problem. There's an official definition of it, bro. Like these people.
Black comes from Kemet. Ignorance. In America, it might be a reclassification.
I'm not one of them people that feel this need to attach myself to ancient civilization and ancient people. I'm happy with
it's not an attack. It's the definition. It's not an attack.
I don't feel a need to attach myself to ancient stuff.
Your ancestry.
I'm proud of who I really am today and what who my ancestors really are.
Yeah, you don't feel the need to have like a lineage or anything like that, right? No history, nothing like that. Fuck history.
No ancestry. That's crazy.
No lineage.
I mean,
no lineage. FBA.
No real true lineage.
Well, the lineage is from the American freedmen, but I think, like I said, I still don't see how you stretch that to be an ethnic group, but that's what you want to say. So,
that's not me saying that. Science recognizes African Americans as an ethnicity.
African American is
a
social construction. It has nothing to do with science.
You can't just. This is what I need y'all to be like consistent. If we ain't an ethnicity, nobody is. Mexicans ain't an ethnicity. Dominicans
they're not. They're not. You're right.
They're not. Nobody is an ethnicity.
Mexican is not an ethnicity. You're absolutely right.
Somalians ain't an ethnicity. No, there's no such thing as ethnicity. You got to be like consistent with it. You can't just single us out.
Somalis are Black Americans.
You talking about blacks being like some lineage or genetics or history? You're full of shit. I am.
Yeah,
I got it on the screen, homie. You ain't got nothing on me.
What did I say about black?
Something about it being genetic and history.
I said African Americans are recognized as an ethnicity. The fuck is you talking about?
African Americans is an ethnicity? Well, let's check it out then.
Ethnicity is not a scientific concept, that's the point we're trying to make. It's a social construction.
Ethnicity is a people, a collective people who share history, culture, and genetics. And there's genetic traits that are unique only to Black Americans. We have admixture and clusters and traits that you can't find in other populations.
You got to hit with the genetics.
We have lineages that you can't find in other populations.
You don't have a lineage to nothing, bro.
That's just a fact. It is not about opinion. That's just facts.
Look at for Eli, the experiments were conclusive. Rather than this being an issue of the science, quote, not being quite there yet, as many had believed, he concluded that mtDNA sequences were simply not apt for inferring ancestry with the specificity that many African Americans were seeking. mtDNA sequences cannot be used for any type of migration patterns or points of origin. You're a complete mook.
What are you talking about, bro? Like, what is that? 2006? What is that about?
Now look,
it's based on.
I am.
Makes the argument that they can't prove.
I'm asking them what it was.
If you got any family with O blood type, blood type,
what was that you just read? What article is that? What was that?
I am. Listen to me.
No, I want to know. I want to know what he's reading.
Any family got with O blood type.
I'll talk to you later. I want to know what he's. I want to know what the article he's reading.
Giving you a hint.
I want to know what the article was about.
I know what article he's not reading, that we have a shared fate in history, that our specific trajectory.
MOS Masters of Scholarship.
Were you part of the Was your family part of the
Megadon, hold on, Megadon, hold on.
I gotta break out, Megadon. Yo, I see y'all. I see y'all.
All right, Penguin, stay.
All right, bro.
Remember the Ninja Turtles, organized in groups of 4. Peace.
I got you.
There, it's called scientific literature. I am. Why don't you have this in your own logs? Why do I know more about your history than you do?
Now you said this is what? What is this about?
Can you read? I give you 2 versions of it. Open your eyes, check it out, take a snapshot, and go look for it.
Perspective of history and legacy.
What is your ethnicity?
What the fuck does that got to do with being an ethnicity?
That's my point. Ethnicity has no genetics. You were the one claiming that you had some genetic lines.
Ethnicity has genetics?
What?
You don't think ethnicity involves genetics?
Just showed you and proved to you it doesn't.
No, show me the definition of ethnicity.
Bro, there are no genetic markers for ethnicity.
Article from 2006.
Maybe race, like African genetics.
Oh, you want more? You want more?
Show me the definition of ethnicity.
I am. Oh my god! I don't think we're ever gonna learn anything from each other here. While we do that, let's go ahead and introduce Megadon. Megadon, I was on your panel, or I was on your friend's panel. Y'all some weirdos. Welcome to the panel. Race, ethnicity, where you're from?
I'm a foundational Black American.
What you bang? All right, welcome to the panel.
How you doing?
Prove it.
I tried to have a generally well-meaning conversation with you. Will you agree?
You did. It was your peeps. It was your other foundation. I know. You were like, I know him. I get it. I'm gonna give you the same courtesy, all right? But if my boys, if my wolves go after you, just don't.
It is what it is.
Don't take it personal.
Just it is what it is. All right. So I'm gonna answer the previous question. Was ethnicity refers to a shared cultural identity based on common ancestry, language, traditions, history, religion, distinguishing other groups rather than relying solely on physical features. It's largely self-defined, fluid over time, and encompasses diverse groups such as Hispanic, Irish, or Yoruba. Unlike race, physical traits, or nationality, ethnicity emphasizes cultural belonging, heritage, and background. Now, what makes us specifically part of our ethnicity is part of our shared history, which is we were all around for the 3/5 Compromise, the Emancipation Proclamation, the Jim Crow era, the Civil Rights Movement. These are key attributes past slavery that also tie us together. If you're not associated with those things, you will not have a specific understanding or cultural / emotional attachment to certain things. And we're just saying, if you're not us, please don't identify as us. That's not really a hard concept. I don't understand why it's so controversial.
We don't want to identify
because there's no specific definition, and never has been, bro. That's the point I've been making. There's no specific definition for Black as an ethnicity. That's what I'm telling you, bro. We've never had one. So to people to say it is now, or they're just making it up. So if you want to make up an ethnicity now and define these boundaries now in 2026, we can do that. But don't pretend like, oh, it's always been this way, and then they want to start calling Frederick Douglass FBA. That's stupid.
So it's very, so the reason that it has to exist now is because we have an influx of immigrants. Prior to the influx of immigrants, it was just us. So when people said Black American, they were only speaking about us. When you add new stimuli into a control group, then you have to change and alter things to make sure that the stimuli is counted correctly. We're just trying to ensure that who we are isn't confused and mixed up with other people. But other groups are intentionally being misleading and intentionally discussing us and intentionally trying to profit off of who we are, which to me begs the question, why would, like, if I moved to Jamaica, I 100% would not start stalking Jamaicans. I would respect them as a beautiful, wonderful people. I would make friends in Jamaica. I would respect their culture. I would watch my tongue. I damn sure wouldn't assume their identity nor get in their politics. Why is it specifically with us that people feel this is okay?
No, yeah, I hear you, bro, but like it just, like I was telling the guy earlier, unless we talking about reparations, this delineation thing don't even make sense.
I am the so original.
Unless we talking about getting these reparations because we got the ancestry. What are we talking about? Because when they had these signs up in neighborhoods back in the old days, oh, no Chinese, Japanese, or Negroes can live in this neighborhood. You think by Negro they meant some ethnicity, a specific? Yes. Nah. Yes. Wrong. They meant a certain look. If you look like a nigga, you can't live here. They didn't care what you was from. You know that, I know that. So don't be stupid. Don't be obtuse. You know that's what they was talking about. So if in 2026 you want to make it now an ethnicity, you want to delineate, that's fine. But it only makes sense if we're talking about reparations. Because then you don't want people who actually do not descend from American freedmen to be getting that money. That makes sense. Anything else is nonsense.
My initial conversation around this, when I initially came to this conversation, I agreed with that point. I would have said that, yeah, we should only delineate when it comes to making sure that the people who have familial harm, suffer from slavery and the historical atrocities America has committed, compensated. And then outside of that, we're all the same. Now, I was naive in that thought process. I was extremely naive. I didn't understand the overreaching goal and the overreaching power of Black political capital and the collective identity and how that can be utilized and profitized. And seeing as how, like, we got somebody like Joy Reid, right? She's not one of us at all. However, she'll reference our history to speak as if it's her history to push an agenda for whatever thing she wants pushed. And she even went as far as to disrespect the foundational Black American people by saying we were a Russian bot campaign, that our feelings about reparations and being upset over slavery and pushing for that was just the Russians sending bots out here. So all the foundational Black Americans that was raised in hell, because she couldn't understand why we would be so angry and why we were pushing this agenda, because it didn't make sense to her. But it shouldn't make sense to her because it's not her people, which is one of the many reasons. I know I'm tying it back to reparations, but I'm trying to make the leap for you is how, yes, reparations should have been the focal point, but it's far reaching because people do more than it's like saying you should protect your
You fading in and out, bro.
Oh shit, my fault. It's like
you
saying
faded out. Go ahead.
it's like saying you should protect your social security number because somebody will buy a car. And you say, all right, I'm gonna stop all the people from buying cars. But then somebody enters school and commit a crime and do all these other things with your social security number. And you're like, you know what? It ain't just the car. I have to protect it in totality because there are other things that I've thought about and not thought about that are a negative effect of this person assuming or pretending to operate under the legal identity of me. I don't see how that's a controversial concept.
I agree with you, bro, but I think the issue is that Dak paints this picture if somehow the people who are actually, descended from American freedmen, as if they didn't do the same stuff that Joy Reid is doing. Our people have we've had people, scheming niggas who don't care about us. Right? What are you talking about? Like, you make it seem like, because they're don't have this specific ancestry, therefore they're gonna be more treacherous. That's stupid. No.
So Jay,
I don't believe that.
So when it comes to that, that's
Corey saying people in Fulani ethnicity or they all the same.
Hold on. Before we go to these interrogating tactics of like what? Okay, I want Nicole has something up there. Nicole, did you want to show something? Because I skipped you.
No, I just wanted to show he doesn't know shit about what he's talking about.
Yeah, I ain't reading that, bro. Unless you bring up the definition.
I know you have a hard time reading, so just keep quiet and let everybody else speak there.
I am. Look, if you want to say it's an ethnicity, I'm not arguing with you.
I'm asking you, are Fulani?
Yes, they are ethnicities, bro. They are.
Oh, so they are ethnicities.
You are
again. I told you. We look. I conceded the point. I said if you want to say FBA is an ethnicity because it's the specific ancestry, American freedmen, I'm with you on that. I conceded that, right? But what I'm saying is that you started talking about science ethnicity ain't got nothing to do with each other, bro. That's just a fact.
Well,
they're philosophically different concepts.
Ethnicity.
No, bro, they're philosophically different concepts. You're just wrong there. You don't know what you're talking about.
You don't think ancestry has anything to do with it being an ethnicity?
It does, bro. Ancestry does, but ancestry is not science. You're talking about two different things. Ancestry is about a totally different thing.
You don't think your genetic makeup have anything to do with ethnicity?
Genetics and ethnicity are not the same things, bro. Ethnicity is a social construction, like you just talked about. I'm asking you a certain
question, bro. Do you think your genetics is a part of your ethnicity?
Negative. You know why I'm gonna say that, bro? Because if you found out that you had some ancestors that were Fulani, that doesn't make you ethnically Fulani because you were not raised among those people.
That makes you it doesn't. It doesn't. I said, does it play a part? I didn't say.
But it doesn't make you your ethnicity.
There's no genetic isotope that limit.
I'm not saying that. Whatever
some geographic location
defines your ethnicity.
Wait,
all right, hold on.
Go ahead,
you keep.
There's no specific genetic isotope that is designed or attributed to a specific geographic location. That's the whole point of the genetic literature I've been showing here.
And I am. You always do this. Where you conflate things.
No, I'm asking Jay questions because
I know, but there are questions that what's it called, like.
Because I want consistency. I want consistency.
Hold on. I'm trying to explain it. They're unwavering questions though. Like it's like one after another. When he answers one, you just go to the next question. Like I don't understand that.
I'm trying to make sense of his beliefs.
You're trying to corner him in an area where you think you're more right than he is.
I want y'all to be consistent. If he came out and he said nobody is an ethnicity, I wouldn't have asked him shit else.
Well, I just told you I said FBA was an ethnicity, so I don't know why you're still arguing.
It's so funny that you ask him questions not to teach. You ask him questions to pick him out, like that tactic. I don't like that tactic, and a lot of you guys do that.
It's interrogative.
Here, regardless of the fact, all FBAs are Black Americans, correct?
Whatever that means.
The Black United States,
because American.
Hold on.
FBA means Black American. That's what he means.
All FBAs are Black Americans, but not all Black Americans are FBAs.
Yeah, real Black Americans are FBAs.
That's a no true Scotsman fallacy. So yeah.
So if you're talking about technicality,
what do you mean real Black
American? I don't consider Wale a Black American. He's a Nigerian American.
Is he born in Nigeria?
No, his ethnicity is Nigerian.
Was he born in Nigeria? Well, first of all, Nigeria is not even a. I mean, first of all, Nigeria is not an ethnicity.
Exactly.
But was he born in Nigeria?
In America, that is recognized as an ethnicity. So
no, it is not.
Bro.
On the new data that's coming out, you got
right. And I'm glad you just said that. And I'm glad you just said that in America, it's recognized ethnicity. Because that just demonstrates my earlier point that ethnicity and science have nothing to do with each other. Ethnicity is made.
Nigerian American.
Ethnicity.
They're not going to recognize his tribe. They're not going to recognize different tribes in Nigeria.
Well, the tribes are the ethnicities. Nigeria is a modern nation state created in the 20th century.
But they're going to call him, he's considered a Nigerian American, not a Black American or African American.
But that's not an ethnicity
slow,
still.
Man.
See, that's the
Y'all
point.
are just slow.
It's because they don't know. They don't understand the concept.
If you want to use technicality, you can call them.
We're not using technicality. We're using truth, bro. Like you want.
Just like if you, let me say this. I am Elon Musk, African American. If you want to be like technical and shit.
I am. They all self-identify. Okay, you don't get to decide their ethnicity.
He is in the United States.
You don't get to decide their race.
In the United States,
everybody self-identifies.
In the United States, he's a Nigerian American.
According to whom?
According to the documentation.
Was he born in Nigeria?
What agency?
His parents were born in Nigeria.
Then he's not Nigerian American. If he's born,
you do know that the new census.
He's a U.S. citizen.
You do know that I didn't say he wasn't. That is a U.S. citizen. You don't think the Somali Americans are Somali Americans? What do you think they are?
I'm asking you because you keep using these terms differently. So are you saying
these things are being placed on the fucking applications?
But he didn't.
This is going to be on the census next year.
All right. Well,
you know what's not going to be on the census? FBA.
No, it's going to be freedmen and African Americans. They're separating them by ethnicity.
Wait. What did you say it's going to be on the next census? What's going to say?
It's going to say freedmen and African American descendants.
But not FBA, right? See, yeah, exactly.
I don't care. No FBA, bro. Say FBA, bro. That is FBA.
No, it ain't. That's my point.
Freedmen. I don't give a damn about the term.
That's my point, bro. Like you know, if y'all
think gonna be no FBA on there, bro.
You're using your own arguments to like.
I don't give a fuck about the term. I don't know if you.
There's gonna be no FBA.
Why you keep using it then, bro? If you don't give a fuck about it.
So you would know what we talking about, but I don't care what term they put on there. Long as it's different, long as it's separating us, I don't give a fuck.
You separated already.
I don't care if it's
together with nobody.
I think Sulan some dumbass shit. But if it says
you a fool, Lanny.
Long as they separating us, that's what I care about.
I know you do.
Let me ask y'all a question. In good faith, if y'all start calling yourselves the supreme Africans of the world in America, do you think we would mind?
The supreme, the premium black,
the premium Africans. If y'all start calling yourselves the premium Africans in America, do you think we would mind?
Who's an African?
Actual Africans, the real Africans.
But we Americans, we were born here.
But see, I think that's the whole problem, bro. It's like these words, bro. They see how the usage just changed depending on who we talking to. Like
spells,
we don't know. And then now he's telling me on the census. Now it's going to say these other words, freedmen. So it's like
he said he wants consistency.
He said freedmen, Sulan,
I
know exactly the
ADOS, which is another faction of FBA.
ADOS is actually a group, but it's filled up with people that are FBA. So yeah, I agree. So my thing is when he says a specific group of people, no matter what name he uses, I know who we talking about. If I say
that's all I'm saying. I don't care what name.
You know who I'm talking about, bro. Come on now. Like, can we have a conversation in good faith and not try and get?
They can put Negro back on there specifically for us. I'm checking Negro. Long as it's separated.
Well, we know what that is because we have a history. That has a history. FBA don't have at least Negro has a history. FBA has no history.
Yeah, that's what I want you to understand. I don't think nobody is fighting for the term. The acronym of FBA to be placed on the documentation. I don't think that's the point.
All right, well, I thought they couldn't do it because Tariq Nasheed.
It's for you to recognize who the FBA are and whatever name we agree upon after that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
You better recognize us while we delineate from you.
How do we know that this FBA?
Are you from a big city, Jay?
Yeah, New York.
All right, if I was from Minnesota and I start saying I'm a New York nigga, would you take offense to that?
I wouldn't take offense to it. I'd just be like, you dumb. You're not from New York.
Okay, what borough are you from?
The Bronx.
What if I start claiming to be a Bronx nigga?
You're not from here, so it would be stupid. Like, what are you talking about?
What if you from some buildings? You don't got. I'm gonna just say the James building, so you don't say your building. If I say I'm a New York Bronx nigga from the James building, what, son? You niggas don't know what you're talking about. This my shit, son. I'm a Bronx nigga, son. This me. You niggas ain't Bronx niggas. I'm a Bronx nigga.
Yeah, you gon'
Bro, you ain't African. I'm African.
I'd be that wise old head right there that'd be like, this is all just blocks and we don't own shit here, okay? We don't own this block. We don't own that block. Why are we fighting amongst each other?
No, I hear what he's saying, but like, Mega, what you saying is going back to some earlier lives we've had, like in the past, where like, it's like, first of all, the term Black American, whatever you want to call it, even the African immigrants that are coming here that are phenotypically Black, they don't get to choose that. That's put upon them. It's not like they like, oh yeah, we're gonna choose Black. Cause as I always say, don't nobody want to be no nigga. So if they could choose white, they would choose it in a heartbeat. They would never choose to be Black. That's been imposed upon them. So if they using it, it's not because they like, oh, we trying to be Black because we want to co-opt actual Black American people.
So Jay, I would agree with you that a lot of people may have had it placed on them when they came to America. I'm not going to negate that point because there's something wrong. We didn't plan for this to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was expecting it to turn out and snowball into this, right? So I'll agree with you there. But I'm saying once we've identified that this is a source of contention and it's causing a whole lot of fucking conflict. Like I initially, my first week on social media, I was like, bro, y'all need to leave these Africans alone. They not that bad. And then I turned into a nigga getting on Africans every fucking day because of this. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't intentionally like, I just want to get down on these. I start seeing videos with people saying we have no culture. I start going in the rooms where they start saying that jazz, hip hop, and R&B was African inventions that the Africans had and carried on in slavery, and that's why we have to credit everything to Africa. I start seeing videos where they say every cultural derivative that we have that we famous for is just us cosplaying as being Africans and putting what Africans are on a public stage. But this is a problem. I don't know. Maybe I'm in good faith. I'll say maybe you understand it, but you don't think it's that big of a deal, right? But it's happening, bro. This thing is absolutely happening.
I've seen it on the internet, bro, but it's not in real life. So it's on the internet. Like I hear what you're talking about, but it's not in real life. I've never met somebody in real life on the street that's like really talking like that. Like nobody's saying that, bro, because at the end of the day, they know who they are. Like nobody's identifying as Black American if they're not, especially in New York. Like there's people here, you got all types of Black here, but people will tell you where they're from. I'm Jamaican, I'm Guyanese, I'm whatever. They're not gonna say I'm Black. They're not gonna say. Only people who say they're Black are actual Black Americans.
Yeah, they
vibes.
So,
are you Black?
They do it to get
no
vibes. Are you Black?
The research.
No, I'm Black.
We were saying to the Somali. We were saying that Black was a derivative of African. Even if she is Somali, she comes under the race Black, tying back to sub-Saharan African, right? And then American because she was born in America.
So
it's
Jay,
as easy as that.
He just said what you saying they not doing.
Exactly.
What? Well, Jay, he's saying what you said they not doing though.
What you talking about?
Like what Vibes just said is what I'm saying. Like you said, they not really doing that in real life. I'm saying what Vibes is saying is they're doing it in real life.
No, we was talking about on this live because like
I think you're talking about straight up immigrants though, Megadon. You're not talking about the anchor baby that you guys love to fucking call an anchor baby. And then
we talk about like the people the people who are here who are like on this live, for example. We have some people like this one girl, she's Somali, and she was like, she was born here though, but she was like, her family's classified as Black, like racially. So, but like people was getting on her saying you shouldn't say Black American because even though you were born in the United States and you're physically Black, you're Somali ethnically, so you should say Somali. But she's like, but that's not what I was classified as.
She's like, hell
right?
No.
And then also like, and I'm not saying you guys do this, but there's this big thing. She was also saying she go through this thing too, where like she went through phases in her life where like she would say I'm Somali, and then people be like, "Oh, you trying to deny your Blackness? You don't like being Black?" And then she would say, "Okay, I'm Black American." Like, "Oh, what you mean you Black American? You Somali?"
Yeah.
And then in New York, a lot of Hispanics, like Dominicans, deal with the same thing where they say the Dominican, "Oh, you deny your Blackness." It's like, so which one you want me to be?
Yeah.
Like
You
are right.
niggas can't
Exactly.
You
feel me?
and we bogus as fuck for that.
100%.
We bogus as fuck for that. I'll take that charge. But I will also say that's the same thing that's happening like when people be like, you African, right? They're doing the same. Like I think this is my belief. I don't know if this is fact. What you said prior to this absolutely is happening. That's a fact. What I'm about to say now is my belief. I don't know if this is actually why this is occurring. This is why I believe it's occurring. I think that I blame a lot of this stuff on Pan-Africans blurring identity and saying everybody's an African. In doing so, they remove the ethnicities from people and force them under the African moniker. And then we start fighting based off of that. That's my general belief. It could be a million different reasons people was doing it or whatever. You know, they shouldn't have been saying that to Dominicans. I make it a point when I speak to Dominicans now to tell them they had it right the whole time. They shouldn't have been getting bothered. I definitely make it a point.
I wish my race, which it used to be, right? My race, I just wish it was African and my ethnicity Black American, right? That's what I would rather, because that's where Black derived from the get-go. So
leave my people out of this.
I know you guys hate on Pan-African so much because you hate Black diaspora. You hate reconnecting back to your ancestors. The same ancestors that are always tied to FBAs. Go look at the website. It says, I know it's the last lineage you really want to pay attention to. You rather focus on the European lineage, the Aboriginal Native lineage, but the lowest common denominator lineage is that African lineage that IM doesn't want to acknowledge. So you have a real problem there. You have a problem with the Black diaspora, meaning Black everywhere, all around the world. You want to monopolize the term Black to only fit your paradigm.
Have my people
I
been
think
through
the
enough,
issue
man?
vibes is this, because I disagree vehemently, but I'm respectfully answering all of it. I think the issue is global Blackness is seen as global Blackness, when really it was Black American identity exported, and everyone assumed that it was all Black people's identity somehow. And now
who was exported from Africa though, Megadon? Who's the real export?
We not fighting for no. All right, I'm just going.
No,
I'm sorry. Hey, Megadon, I'm sorry, I interrupted. But if we're talking about who was exported out of Africa and who came to America, I mean that derives from Africa.
What my 15th generation granddaddy got to do with me today?
Nigga, you are so far removed that's what you think the white man telling you that's what it takes to detach from Africa. If you needed the white team man to tell you that to make you feel better than the African ancestor, then go ahead and keep that. Go ahead and keep that.
Leave my people be, bro. Just leave them alone.
Like, you ain't got to insult to answer the question. What does my 15th generation granddaddy got to do with who I am today?
Your lineage doesn't go that far back.
If he was like, I know you come from, I know we Africans, then you would have to respect your 15th. You don't even know, nigga. You don't even know him. You don't even know him. You don't know what he knows.
Nobody knows their 15th generation.
Nigga, I know my shit. You don't know your shit. That's fine.
Anybody that say they know a 15th generation granddaddy is lying. By 15 generation, you got over 1,000 ancestors, and you want me to acknowledge one and pretend to be him 15 generations later? You don't think that's idiotic? You don't think that's chasing a dragon?
No, I think you're just indoctrinated. I am, to tell you the truth, bro.
Yeah, leave my people alone, man.
That nationalism, that patriotism masked as racism, I think that's what you got, brother.
Respectfully, I think you're misinterpreting what's going on, and I could maybe understand how you're seeing it that way. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that in all good faith you're actually seeing it exactly how you're describing it, and I'll try
appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
And I'll try to answer a question. I'll try and explain it. So
who let OG Albert in here? He's a crash out, man. Don't be crashing out my panel, bro.
So
give him the hook. You want me to give him the hook?
Albert, you're gonna have to wait.
I'll give him the hook, bro.
After we get through this gentleman right here, I am and Megadon, because we're having a conversation with them.
Well, I'll drop him. I'll let back up there.
With all due respect, Albert.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop you, Albert. All due respect.
I don't think we're gonna.
All due respect, I'm dropping your ass, bro.
So my point
Albert,
is,
just hang out. We'll bring you back up. Albert.
At the 5-6 generation.
Let my people be, bro.
Let's find solutions. Let's find solutions. Solutions, because we ain't gonna find no agreements.
So vibes in totality, right? The average Black American is between 10 and 14 minimum generations removed, right? Within that 10 to 14 generations, a lot of different. If assuming they came, and I'm for the sake of this conversation, I'm gonna say the person we're discussing came directly from a tribe that no longer exists in Africa. We're going to call it the D tribe, right? They came from a tribe called the D tribe that does not exist, from a nation state that no longer exists, right? Into America. Then within the portion of that first generation, they learned a new language, and there were no words or nothing to tie them back to that original place. They came there with nothing, no drums, no seeds, they were captured. Nobody was captured with a pocket full of a time capsule of any of these things. Within that first, they assimilated to the place that they got in the conditions of slavery, inhumane conditions. They were in that condition for 400 years, assimilating and figuring out ways to survive and how to get into a position where they could thrive. By generation 10, there's less than 0.5% of the original genetic comparative material. Like after 14 generations, you're as related to a 14th generation ancestor as any random stranger on the street. You can look it up while I'm saying it, so you can keep following. But they have no tribe that exists to claim, no land to exist to claim, except for the place that they are now, and they've been rooted in for 14 generations, which would be America. Why would it make sense for that person to then say, yeah, I'm a random generic African with no tribe, name, or place or language in Africa, and I'm gonna rep Africa? Does that make like really good sense? Like, it doesn't mean they hate themselves because they won't do that, or are they saying, hey, this is who I am, I'm gonna embrace this, and I will respectfully ask no one else pretend to be me. We already have issues with this. I don't think that's a hard ask, bro. Especially let's concede every argument and say, yeah, we might have African or whatever at one point, and we no longer are. And you know that. And then to come in and say, yeah, we know that you may have had identity taken away. You may not. But we're going to impede on this identity. And now you have to find another identity to make sure you preserve the identity you currently fought to have. You don't see how that could trigger the fuck out of people?
You know what I see? I see you still aligned with the oppressor because he's the one identifying you. You want an identity that relates more to how you get accepted by him here. You're not in Africa. I know that. That makes sense.
But the oppressor tell us that we African.
Okay. Let him speak.
Hold on. No, I'm not done. Albert, we gotta finish these guys. I let you back up, but you gotta stay muted. The game they play on us, it would be the divide and conquer game. So and if you want to feel more aligned or more closer to that lineage, because you guys say, you FBA say you have European lineage, Aboriginal Native lineage, whatever that is, and then African lineage. So obviously you got all three, right? It's up to you to identify with whatever you want, but the FBA includes all three. So if you now you want citizenship under the 14th Amendment. You did all the hard work for the 14th Amendment that everybody came through here, not just these recent African immigrants. The white woman got her rights under the 14th Amendment. The European immigrants that came here got their rights under the 14th Amendment. They're trying to get rid of the 14th Amendment. They're trying to get rid of naturalization, birthright. And if they get rid of 14th Amendment, then you become stateless people. Stateless, like nothing. You have nothing. So I don't know what the bigger fight is at this point for you, but again, you can identify with whatever you want. I'm telling you guys aren't Homeland Security. You ain't ICE. You ain't gonna tell people how they identify first and foremost. And there's no, I don't see the issue if someone. Now, if a recent immigrant came here and said, yeah, I'm Black American and this is my hood, this is this, and I get that part. I get how they have no relation to here, but everybody has done that to the culture, bro, and I feel that pain. Everyone, white people, Arabs, Indians, Chinese, but I don't hear you talk about how the Chinese are. I don't hear you talking about the Indians and the Chinese buying out blocks. Buying out property and owning shit and running shit. You guys are barking up the wrong fucking tree. You guys are barking up on your ancestors, your brothers and sisters from the continent, your lineage, your ancestry. So even though you're far removed from it, 15 generations or so, again, everybody's lands here in America. Everybody came to get their fucking lick here. All the fucking lands we have back there are destabilized by this fucking by the USA. Okay, so I don't know. That's my gist of it.
All right, Vibes. Can I
say something now?
I want to hear. I want to hear. I need somebody else to back me. I need someone else to back me on.
Can the crash out say something now?
Albert, uncle, man.
No, you done told me. And I waited.
Uncle.
Look, they not getting rid of the 14th Amendment. That wasn't correct. They just redefined it. They redefined it because it's been exploited.
Did the white team give you a memo? Did the white team give you a memo?
Y'all have exploited it.
Hey, big guy.
But you are calling people anchor babies. I am.
Shut up.
That's what y'all are.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Hey, Rod.
Albert,
can I say this?
Albert, introduce yourself to everybody here that doesn't know.
My name is Albert. I'm 64 years. I'm FBA for a long motherfucking time. Check this out, Rod.
5 years?
You sit up here and you talk all that, right? Now, let's check this out. See, I wear this blackness with a pride. You want me to go to Africa? Well, when I wear this blackness, it's for when it was over here where it said colors and white. Bathroom you can't use. Restroom you can't go into. I wear that color for Emmett Till, those 4 girls that was blew up in the church, those clans. I wear this blackness with pride over here that you will never understand, buddy, because you done came over here and it was already done for you. And you done forgave your depressors, but I will never forgive these motherfuckers for that. And that's why I call myself Black America, for I call myself African any motherfucking thing, because I got work to do over here being called nigger and all that type of shit that I got to deal with, that I'm going to deal with, that I've been dealing with, that I ain't going to never forgive, that y'all forgave. You come over here and pledge allegiance to the flag and point a finger in my fucking face. How dare you? How fucking dare you to tell me I'm African and I ain't supposed to fight for the people over here that fought for me? How fucking dare y'all?
Before some cracker
calm down, Anyways, Albert, we already talked, Albert, and we already told you, man, we have no beef with you. We should be aligning ourselves, helping each other, but we always just looking to. You got so much animosity and so much built up tension about. And it's understandable. It's understandable. It's understandable.
Don't come to Africa, man. I'll kick you right back out.
Understandable and justified. Albert, hold on.
Nothing we done right. Get out of here, bro. You always pointing at us like we the bad guys.
You came up to my panel, Albert. Relax.
I did, but I'm telling you, you
ain't
always
pointing at us
like we the bad guys, bro. And you acting like we don't know what's going on in our fucking country, bro. And you act like because we don't want to unite over some people that stabbed us in the fucking back over and over and over again. It ain't like this the first time, buddy. How you think millions of people just walked the fuck away and said fuck it to everybody because everybody said fuck us. Now wait a minute. The same people that was racist towards me are now calling me the motherfucking racist.
All right, Albert, I don't think you're racist, okay? I think that you have a lot of animosity, and towards the wrong people. I don't think you should be punching down because I didn't do anything to you specifically besides just talking about your lineage.
You a Mexican. Y'all waged war on our brothers in L.A.
Okay, I wasn't born in L.A. Never, I didn't grow up there, so stop it. You always generalize people. I told you to stop doing that. But anyways, regardless of the fact, Albert, I ain't got no beef with you, Albert. I hope you and your family, your kids that you told me about, I hope you guys are still doing good. I wish nothing but the best for you, Albert. I'm here to challenge the way you guys think, and maybe it's a little mental exercise, but I'm also here to clap and bark back, at all the shit talking you two do that I've seen you guys on your panels and how you treat African people, even the ones that don't even talk shit to you. As soon as they state who they are, you guys are already down their fucking necks.
Like me, bro.
Don't generalize.
But I'm talking to you specifically. I am because I've seen you fucking do it.
I ain't never hosted.
You be on these African panels, and I be seeing your ass. So
regardless.
So, anyways, I'm here. I'm not in your fucking panels. I'm on my own panels talking about this with Black Americans that want nothing to do with FBAs. Okay?
Hey, Vibe, I understand that, but check this out, Vibe. Here's the difference between me and the African.
See, I don't know what the fuck the African money look like. I don't know what their government is. I don't know how they eat. These motherfuckers over here disrespecting me and Michael Jordan jerseys and motherfucking Jordans on. And that's my shit, bro. You're not gonna do that, bro, in my home. How the fuck do you come over here and take my shit and then try to tell me who the fuck I am in my shit, bro? That's different, bro. That's real different. See, I'm not fighting about this shit in Africa. I'm fighting about the shit they over here in my shit, bro. In my land.
This my shit. This my country. This my land. These are my. Hold on. These my Jordans, not your Jordans. You can't wear Jordans.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna stop drinking them for you. You know, I thought a nigga could smoke a menthol.
Wait, hold on, Bob. That's like me going to Africa and taking my motherfucking Jordans off.
I don't care what you buy, what you eat, what you wear. I don't care.
Go to Africa, put on the kente cloth, and then talk crazy.
Put a dashiki on. I don't give a fuck. Put a dashiki on. I don't care.
Stop making fun of my people, man.
Albert, you cannot be.
What kind of shit is that, Rob?
Albert, you an elder. Albert, you should know better, man. I'm so disappointed, man.
Don't keep Africa out your mouth
and act like them, and I'm not them. Wherever I go, I'm gonna be American, Rob. I'm gonna take that with me and proud, beat my chest, screaming from the mountaintop, baby. For real. I'm born in Chicago, Illinois. What's my land, buddy? I'm born here. What's my land, buddy? I got a birth certificate, death certificate of my mother, daddy.
And
what's my land,
you share
buddy? You better quit playing with me. What's my land?
You share it with all. You share this land, right? This land that you were brought to. You share this with everybody. You share this land with every other race, every other ethnicity,
what the fuck is
not
my
just
land,
Africans.
Buddy? I'm talking about me and my.
No.
So look,
hold on, Albert. Don't crash out yet. Don't crash out yet. Don't crash out. Hold on. Don't crash out. Don't crash out. Don't crash out. If you open a business up, Albert, right, in your land, you open up a business,
right? What I open up, bro? This is my land, bro. This is my home birth time.
Well, tell your former slave master, right? Tell them YT people all that, because I don't know why you guys barking over here about that shit. If you open up a business, you're not going to tell people not to come into your business and tell them that only FBAs can come into your business to buy products. Okay, you want everybody. You want to be open business for everyone. You're not going to be xenophobic. You're not going to do all that shit. If you need commerce, if you need a trade, if you need your business. So it's not economically sound for you guys to act like this. But again, you guys are part of this whole delineation. Hurry up and delineate so we can. I don't have to confuse you with the African American, with the Black American. I can just call you straight up FBA, and you don't have to go hide from me.
Why did your people take our Compton from our people?
Say that again.
In 1990, Compton was 80-some% black. Your people mass immigrated illegally and forced my people out of their land.
Illegally? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
A lot of them came illegally. And a lot of them came real violent.
Mexico, this was always Mexico. California was always Mexico. Did you forget? Did you thought your imperialistic colonial bullshit is gonna work on me? I am? Hell no. Again, even those blocks in Compton aren't yours, bruh. They're still owned by somebody else. They're owned by the city. You don't own the city, LA.
He's a stormtrooper, man. He's mostly white with little parts of black.
No person owns the city of LA, bro. But y'all came into Black American communities and tortured my people.
The colonies, the states that they were founded on, the states that were
with extreme violence.
I will show you how black and brown. I will show you how black and brown
people still
work
to this
together
day
in the civil rights and in LA, and how they worked in the with the riots and all that, and the riots they came together. I'll show you all that. I'll DM you all that. But you don't give a fuck. You always say you don't care, and I know you don't care. So stop playing with me. I love black and brown. You don't. That's the difference.
They put nigger killer on the walls.
Oh, and they fuck, dog, I gotta drop you. You can't fucking say that. You can't drop the Hardy R.
What the hell, bro? Who the hell is he trying to fuck up?
I clipped you dropping a Hardy R, bro. Let's see what the FBAs think about that. Man, I just can't, dude. Jay, Nicole, I'm sorry, bro. I made it all about them. This was supposed to just be a talk between us.
No, it's bro. I don't care, bro.
I like the unk, bro. The unk,
you do your thing,
bro.
You're goddamn live, bro. Shit, I'm just here to have fun.
I like that. Oh, he was preaching.
I was having fun with DJ down there.
I was having fun with
DJ's like my best friend right now. He's up,
bro.
he's
DJ been in this. He been in this live, bro, this entire time. He never came.
I know he ain't had the balls to come up here. I got a couple for you up here though. If you want, DJ, come on up, bro.
That's wild, bro.
I'm gonna run to the store.
What?
I forgot to go over there. I'm gonna run to the store.
No, Jay. You know what this means, man. You know what this means, Jay.
What?
You know what run to the store means, bro.
You're still mod, right, Jay?
Mi madre. Sí.
You're mod? All right, go on.
You can run to the store at like 3 in the morning.
All right, you guys are both.
Comprar cerveza.
No. I can't drink.
No, seguro.
No, he's gonna be gone till he's gonna come back at 3 in the morning. Be like, oh yeah, man, I bumped into a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I know the tricks, Vibe. You can't fuck with me, man.
Yeah, he had to suddenly run. De repente. But no, Nagual, like, you see, the guy earlier, he brought up a point we were trying to talk about. They thinking ethnicity is some type of scientific concept. Here we go.
We just went through it twice before that, actually.
I said they got to join our live. We talk about that.
Jeez, I had the literature right there in my phone.
Like now they're stepping into our domain now with that shit because we're like, you sure about that?
It's such it seems so simple, but it's so confusing to so many people because they're so wrapped up in that white TV eugenic.
Because the way I think there's the way it's used in just common parlance, and then there's also the way it's taught. People think, oh yeah, they're all like related, and there's a scientific aspect, and it's like, no, there's not. It's completely made up. They added that in.
Like I am he's a proponent of that shit. You love that eugenics, don't you? I am. You want us to ignore it?
I am is a proud American, bro.
Yeah, he is. Even though he didn't have his own picture up there.
I am. You back up. What you got?
Yeah, Vibes is.
He stepped out.
Yeah, he gone.
He stepped out for a while.
He wants to run my people out of their communities. That's why he wants us to turn a blind eye to.
But you gonna talk behind homie's back and shit, man? Come on,
y'all can speak up for him,
bro.
I don't speak
Mexicans
for nobody.
Did not run us out of South LA, bro. That is not happening.
Bro, I'm in LA right now, and the natives. That's what they telling me. So
let me just put you this way, bro.
You from New York, right?
If we bought, I'm actually from Cali originally. I live in New York now.
And you would say something like that. You from South Cali?
I'm from NorCal. No, I'm from NorCal, from the Bay.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, right. But I'm just saying, like, I always say it like this because they say the same thing in New York. Oh, the white people coming in, gentrification. Harlem is now all white. They used to be black, right? And I look at it like this: if Black people actually invested and bought up all these buildings and these homes and only sold, had a code, stayed on code. It was like, we only gonna sell to Black people like the white people do. You wouldn't have that problem. But niggas don't do that because niggas don't care. So I'm not gonna sit here and blame another group and say, oh, it's because of y'all, you Mexican. No, because the Mexicans ain't got that much power, bro.
It's cool if you
especially if they was illegal.
This is my point, bro. It's cool if you don't blame them, but you can't blame us for peeping pattern.
Well, I will blame us because we didn't do better.
You're not. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You can't. So if you're not going to blame them for doing that, then you can't blame Black Americans for reacting and being like, nah, we don't want that to happen again. We support ICE. We want to delineate. We don't want to be around none of these immigrants. We don't trust them. They done stabbed us in the back multiple times.
So because the difference is that ICE is not a Black organization. They don't care about either one.
It's an American organization. Why got to be a Black organization?
Because if it's American, bro, that just means it's a government entity. So they only care about the government's interests. They don't care about the interests of a specific ethnic group.
Well,
I am. Stop calling it ICE and start calling it white. Because that's what it is.
If it hurt America, well, most of the people I see working for ICE are Hispanic.
You're just with white, bro. That's all you are.
I mean,
you're just with white.
But what we're saying is that it's a government institution for it, so therefore it's for the benefit of whatever
the betterment of the country. Yeah.
So it's for the betterment of who's ever in power at the time with whatever plans they have. I'm not going to say it's better for the country. I'm not going to say there's something like that.
That's your opinion, but
no. Immigration has been about racism since its inception. That's the whole point.
Immigration, mass immigration isn't.
It is racism covertly.
So
that's all it is.
Every country has borders and
you can pull that head out. I am.
Every country deports people. You know what I mean?
Look at you with your little fake Marine uniform on,
even these people who are mass immigrating here, their countries have immigration laws and they deport people from their countries.
Do you know who started the war, the WARs in those countries? You moron.
Mexico,
you don't know what the
Mexico
hell you're talking about, bro.
And it deports other Hispanics.
Bro, you're full
out
of
Mexico.
shit. You work for YT.
The same way
That's about all it is.
The Caribbean island, they don't want Haitians in their islands. They deport Haitians, even Dominicans.
So shut your bitch ass up.
So deportation is not just an American thing. It's not a white thing.
I didn't say it was, bro, but I'm just saying, like,
it is a YT thing, and that's all you
aligning yourself with the government, and somehow the government is going to be in your favor. When if you look at the history of this country, the government has historically not been in our favor. So I don't know why you would even do that. That seems very naive.
The government as a whole is certain politicians and administration.
So the same people who brought you over here on ships, they're the ones that you're destroying from now. That's what you're
but that's historic. That's what I'm saying.
The same people who brought you over on ships, you're now like, hey, go do that for me. Go do that for me.
But yeah, these people,
sell out, bro.
They mad. I'm not. They not my people. How I'm selling them out?
You're a sellout.
A sellout is for my people. If I sell my own people out, they not my people. They enemies of my people.
Which people?
They actually hate my people.
Wait, which people?
The people that I want that I'm supporting getting deported.
No, you mean people are the YT. That's my point.
So they're not my. They're not my
yes,
people.
They are
so
your people.
They make me a sellout. That's the definition.
You're like, go do this bidding for me.
You sell out your own people. That's what it means when we say sellout.
Bro, don't tell me what a sellout is. I know what a sellout is, and I'm looking at it. Actually, I can't look at it because it ain't even.
If that's the case, I will sell the Mexicans out.
You're a coward, bro. You're a coward.
Not crazy, bro.
I'm the biggest sellout. Then, if not supporting deportation make me one, I'm the biggest sellout.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro, that the whole delineation thing, I mean, we talked about this on these panels before. I don't see how going against these other groups, how does that benefit Black Americans as a whole? Because it's not like those other groups have power. Like you said, even the so-called Mexicans that took over South LA, you said most of them was illegal aliens. So how they got all this power? They got more power than Black citizens? That doesn't even make sense. So which one is it?
Let me. It's power in numbers. In the way the system is set up in the United States,
but that's not true. Well,
the majority,
cliche, man. A cliche.
Gonna, have say so the way the country is set up.
The majority of who?
In certain areas. So if a certain state or city is 90% or 80% a certain group, that they're going to control most of the politics outside of the federal level. On a statewide level, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be in most of the seats in the state. You know what I'm saying? And we like there's been multiple cases that just happened where Hispanic people in LA in political seats got caught doing racist shit in the government and had to resign.
You mean in California?
Yeah. It happened. It was like one of their meetings got like recorded and whatnot. They looked at the policies they was passing and whatnot. They was doing stuff against Black Americans. And like I can't remember her name. It was 3 of them though. They resigned and everything. So these people are they ain't with Black Americans. So you ain't selling. These are not they ain't on code with you. They ain't allies or nothing. That's just something they pretend to be to keep coming in so they can eventually overthrow and stab you in the back. That's how it ends.
So you're saying that's what your theory is with the Mexicans, that's their whole thing?
That's what the brothers in LA have told me. Because I'm from Michigan, and the Mexicans where I'm from is different. You know what I'm saying? But they're like, yeah, they used to be like that with us. That's what they always tell me here. They're like, yeah, they was cool with us.
Hey Jay, big screw me, would you?
They was cool with us at first, and then once they got deep, that's when they started doing all that shit to it.
Now read that. I am. You ever heard of that?
I can't.
King Alfred Plan.
You gotta crop it better.
You ever heard of that King Alfred Plan? Look at what it says. That's real legislation. Guess what Trump's father's name is right now? His father's name is Alfred. Read it.
We know about Reagan.
You moron. You have no idea what's going on right now.
What are you talking about? Like, what are you proving?
You think you're safe, bro? That's real legislation right there. You never heard of that?
Proving? Like I don't understand your point. You just be
read it. Read it. Read it. What does it say?
I can barely read it. It ain't cropped all the way.
Read it.
It's silly. It's ridiculous.
Hold on, let me fix it.
Hold on.
You see it now?
Yeah, I seen it better then.
He's seen it better than the wall. You can put it back up. There you go.
That's real legislation there. Donald Trump's father is named Alfred. I've been writing about this since 2015. You don't know what's coming. I've been writing about it since 2015. You think you're absent of this? This is what you're rooting for right now.
What's your point?
That's what you're rooting for right now.
How?
Read it. What does it say?
I read it. Like, what does this got to do with anything I've said?
It's legislation. You don't know what's coming.
Oh, okay. It's fear mongering. Okay, we'll be ready, bro. We used to that. We'll be ready.
I thought you have nothing to do with this. You rooting for ICE.
Yeah.
What do you think that is? Read it. What do you think ICE is? It says right there, written to include those groups. Mm-hmm. That's what ICE is. You think you're exempt from that? You're a fucking idiot, bro.
I am exempt from it.
We'll see. I've been writing about it 15 years, bro.
Okay, let me know. Let me know when we cross that bridge when we get there. Let me know when it happens.
So you know we're getting there. That bridge is coming.
In the meantime, we got $5 million out.
You didn't know about nothing about that, bro.
We want another
you sit
$5
here
million.
Choking on your own words. You don't know nothing
we need
about
that. 7-8 million gone this
year.
year.
Read it, bro. Read it. Stick it in your wallet. Give it to your folks. That's what's going to happen. That's real legislation. Go look it up.
And I want them to redo the whole Immigration Act to the point, make it straight up merit based and lower the number.
They already redid it. That's what I'm showing you. You have no idea what's coming.
Let me ask you a question. We were talking about this earlier before you came onto the panel. I've noticed that white people, white Americans, foundational white Americans, if you want to call them that, they don't try to delineate themselves from Europeans. They don't say, "Oh yeah, we're not like those Europeans," and this. They don't do that.
The racists?
No, I'm saying white Americans. I mean, this whole thing with these FBAs, especially online on TikTok, this whole thing about delineating from Africans and we're not Africans, we don't look like Africans, we can't associate. Let me
introduce you to something known that's going on right now.
But as far as
Heritage American, you heard of that?
No, I know about the Heritage Foundation, but I'm talking about online. I'm talking about what I'm seeing online here, like TikTok. Like I don't see a counterpart white group, American group that's we're delineating from Europeans.
They in real politics with Heritage Americans.
You talking about the Heritage Fund, right?
You can go find real politicians speaking on Heritage Americans, trying to get acts and laws passed. Like this, you know what I mean? They delineating from a political standpoint.
But they're not delineating
on a social and cultural thing. They on some politics with it.
Right, but my point is they're not. You don't see this delineation in terms of like, oh, we're not European. We have nothing to do with Europe. When you read the history books written by them, they all start history in Europe and European civilization.
Because they're not. It ain't no bad blood between them, and most of them are immigrants. Most white people in America are immigrants.
Well, the
Heritage Americans will be a minority.
The point I'm making though is that they don't, and this is just something to think about. They don't have this animosity towards being identified, necessarily as of European extraction or,
That's what I'm saying, brother, because they are Europeans. They didn't go through no ethnogenesis. They are immigrants.
Well, see, that's my point here. That's why we go back to this whole thing about ethnicity when you're trying to say it's scientific and we were saying it's social construction. See, you say, oh, well, they didn't have an ethnogenesis, so this. But see, that's a matter of opinion because then you have a lot of people that are white that identify as simply American, especially in the South.
Well, I'm talking about
identify with a European group.
Full ethnogenesis. Like they never stopped receiving immigrants. They've never been separated.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
But,
yeah, they not a part of a group that's 14, 15 generations removed.
But I'm saying from the point of
admixture and went through different historical things. Like they are immigrants. They are Europeans.
But what I'm saying is I'm talking about from the standpoint of ethnicity, in the sense that the so-called majority of white people here are not they didn't preserve their ethnic group from Europe. They're not like, oh, we still speak German or our family, still speaks.
They come when they get here, they assimilate with each other. If that's what you're saying.
But that's my point, right? And that's what I'm saying. So somebody just in the comments, FBA Knowledge,
they
just
don't,
said
they don't have bad
they
blood
don't delineate because they come here and get in line with white supremacy. So that's my whole point I'm making. I'm like, what I'm noticing is that the foundational
black immigrants come here and seek proximity with white supremacy too.
So no, but my point is I'm glad he said that in the comments, because that was what I was trying to get at. It seems like that the white Americans that are here that have been here for a long time, they're not ethnically tied to Europe anymore because they're generations down the road. They seem to, when people come here who Europeans come here who are phenotypically similar, they basically tame them and say, look, if you need to act like us and you need to adopt our culture if you want to be accepted in our group. Whereas it seems like now the FBAs are the opposite. Oh, no, we don't want anything to do with you people. We don't want anything to do with you. You see what I mean? You got to stay in your own. And that's what I'm saying. I find that interesting how, it doesn't work the same way.
Yeah, well, we're different people. We're different histories, different cultures.
But they could say the same thing if they wanted.
No, I'm saying like we got different visions. Like we're in different positions. So like I said, when most immigrants come here, when most black immigrants come here, they delineate from black Americans first. They seek proximity to whiteness. Okay, so they delineated first.
Right.
All the only thing that's happening now is, but they delineate in a comfortable way so that they don't get too far because they still they benefit from the things black Americans have achieved. So they still want to walk on that foundation and extract from the culture when need be, when it's beneficial.
Well, historically, when immigrants, I guess African immigrants came here, they were depending on what part of Africa they came from, because there's a list of countries that the United States government has prescribed to be black. They didn't have a choice to be in proximity to whiteness because they were classified as black. But if you mean that they didn't associate with black Americans on a social level, I could agree with you on that to a certain extent. I agree with you what you're saying. Now
I'm talking about how they function in society and culturally, not really paperwork. So
right. But the thing is,
I know you heard the story that Muhammad Ali told, right?
About what?
When he tried to go eat at a restaurant after winning a gold medal in the South somewhere, and they told him he couldn't come in, but they let Africans in, and they said, "Oh, they not Negroes."
They let Africans in.
They let some African immigrants in that was in their attire and whatnot, and said, "Oh, they different. They not Negroes." So he said he knew something was different then.
Yeah. The reason why I believe that story is because it came from Muhammad Ali.
Yo. I need you to introduce yourself. We need your...
I'm Peacemaker. I'm from Nigeria. I'm Igbo tribe of Nigeria.
And
the host, he knows me.
And your age, please?
I'm 85 years old.
All right, go ahead.
The only reason why I believe that story is because it came from Muhammad Ali. If it was somebody else, I wouldn't even respond to it. So why do you blame Africa for decisions made by somebody else? If I'm walking to a restaurant, I see people outside maybe talking. I don't even know what they're talking, and they let me into the restaurant. You have to blame me for that?
I didn't blame them for anything.
So don't.
I didn't blame. I said we just recognize reality, accept reality, see it for what it is, and move accordingly.
Yeah. No, nobody ever tell you not to delineate. In fact, you're not doing it fast enough. You're not doing it fast enough. The reason why we don't come to you when we come to America, deeply is because you're very dangerous culture and you're untrustworthy.
Peacemaker, can I get 1 second? Nagwal, did he actually say that?
How's it go, bro?
Hey, Peacemaker, what's up? If I Google that, Nagwal, will that actually pop up?
What's that?
Yeah.
If I actually, it's a phone. If I look that up, will that actually pop up?
Look what up, man.
The prompt.
I have it on my account.
Okay, I'll go listen to it.
Yeah, so if I come to a country and say I don't want to go to this neighborhood because of the things I
I'm gonna
hear,
say something. Like, I don't want to get
you're
into
gonna
insult
blame me
battle,
for that?
but I wish what you said was real. Like I just explained to my brother Jay. Y'all talk that talk, but you can't stand on your own in America. So y'all don't move like that for real. Because if I go look in all them black communities, you Nigerians, y'all in them. Y'all all throughout the
You know
DMV where
why?
that black
You
money
know
at.
why?
Y'all
Because we
all
have to
throughout
live somewhere.
Atlanta where that black money at.
Okay,
Y'all in
let me
Texas
tell
where
you
that
one
black
thing. Let
money
me
at.
tell you
So
one
y'all
thing.
in all our communities. You ain't take
Okay.
your ass to West Virginia. You
Okay,
ain't go to
listen.
New Mexico.
Okay.
You ain't go to Idaho. You
Let's
went
talk
to
one
where
at a
black
time,
Americans
please.
was
Let's
at.
talk one at a time because this is not a shouting match. You know, number one, I live where I can afford. Unfortunately, it's in a black neighborhood. That's number one. Number two, business does not care about race. Even the white man, as much as they might hate Africans or hate anybody, when it comes to business, you place your business where you have comparative advantage. You may not know it, but the good thing is that you cannot stop it. You cannot stop it. And I'm sure in your businesses, you do the same thing too. But because we're Africans, you're not going to talk about Chinese. You're not going to talk about Arabs and the liquor store. You will talk about us because we're black. But you, as a society,
Who
cannot do
said anything
nothing.
about a store? Are we
No.
talking about your behavior? Look how you just came up here talking.
What? Okay, what was I supposed to
Hold on.
say?
I'm back.
You want to be around people like
What's
that.
up, peace? What's up,
I
peace?
don't
What's
want to
up,
be
peace?
around you. So
Let the
what?
brother land. Let the brother land. I am.
Yeah, if I don't want to be around you, what's wrong with that? Am I attacking
It
you?
was true. That's what I said.
Why do you guys always dictate the conversation? Why do I have to hear? I just got back, bro. You can't even let Peace just talk. I was just listening to him. Go ahead,
Look at what
Peace.
I'm saying. I never been around Hispanics unless we walking. I never been around white people. Even when I was working with them, they say, let's go fishing. I know if I go fishing with them, they can connive and push me into the water and let me drown. I don't go. I don't come to your house when Thanksgiving or Christmas or anything. I don't go to Hispanic people's house. I don't even go to African people's house. Why are you salty about something that's general? That's what I don't understand. My only crime to you is because I'm Negro black. We are less than 4 million in America. Asians are 35 million. Latinos, 66 million. People from Germany, 41 million. You never go push up to them. You hate me because I'm Negro black. You know? When I come to you, you say, oh, you want to be me. When I want to talk like you without accent, if I can do it, you say, oh, you want to sound like me. You cosplay me. You just an impossible people. You people are impossible. That's why I don't even pay you no mind. I don't
Can I
care.
respond, or is this a monologue?
I don't care. Go ahead and respond.
So look, I wish what you saying was true, but it simply isn't, because it don't matter your socio-economic background of the African immigrants. They always in black communities, whether it's the hood, middle class, or upper middle class. They follow black Americans around with that same type of attitude you got, though. And the reason they do that is because they want the proximity, so they can extract as much as possible while being in secret competition with you. So Asians don't live with us. Asians don't identify as black. Asians don't do shit with two black Americans. Neither do Germans, and who else? Mexicans did. Mexicans took over our stuff. So yeah, we talk about them too. But the rest of the immigrants you mentioned, the Indians, I don't see Indians. I don't interact with them. They have no dealings with black Americans unless he got a 7-Eleven somewhere. So it's your behavior, it's your culture. Don't nobody care about you opening a business, do your scam money, do it.
Okay. Chinese are not in your neighborhood opening businesses?
Did you not just hear what I said? Nobody cares about you opening a business.
No, I'm saying, I just ask you a direct question. Are they
People
or they
have with
not?
y'all is your culture and your behavior.
Listen.
It's not that you open in business. 60% of African immigrants are low income.
Okay, listen, I'm low income personally. I don't know why you still horning on me. I will never change my culture for you. I don't like your culture. Anything about your culture. Not your food, not your mentality, not the way you worship, not the way you marry, not the way you bury your dead.
You prove my point.
Yeah, I don't like nothing about your culture.
Stay the fuck away from us.
I am away
from us.
I am away.
You sound like a little girl.
Yeah, I am away.
It's only a matter of time, dog. Because
stay away from me.
I'm away from you. Why? Why are you crying?
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you one time. Y'all need to take heed to the warnings because it's only a matter of time till we start putting our hands on you.
Nigga,
you cannot do nothing.
It's only a matter of time, bro.
You cannot do anything.
Pull up.
You know what I'm saying? Because y'all, we know y'all soft. You ran from home.
You cannot do anything. You've been doing it.
That's why y'all do backstabbing stuff. You don't
do
it.
Okay. I mean, we fight.
You're okay.
Energy.
Okay, one at a time.
I am. You came up to my panel. You came up trying to get smoke here. So just imagine what happens when you come up on me on the street. Just imagine. Stop playing with me, bro. You're the one looking for trouble.
The fact of the matter is, they be doing it. I know how many of my classmates, that came back to Nigeria in boxes because of these people. You think we're afraid of that? We're not afraid of that. We will show you. Straight up. With small numbers, we will show you.
You an Igbo. We'll do you way worse than the Fulani.
Okay, come on. American people say talk is cheap.
You're a
American people say talk is cheap. Start it. Stop talking about it. What a man does is in his heart. It's not on the lips. That's woman. Woman talk. A man don't talk, they take action. Take the action.
Calling you out, I am calling you out.
That's what level is getting to, because y'all don't want to listen to the grievances people are telling y'all. Y'all don't.
I will never listen to you. I rather die than listen to you.
That's what I'm saying. In the future, that is how it's gonna get.
Let it get like that.
It's gonna keep getting worse and worse.
Let it get like that. I had one of your people that robbed me at the gas station.
It shows that we see the reason your country look the way it do.
It's okay. Forget about my country. Let's talk about America.
What's wrong with y'all, bro?
Your people robbed me. Your people robbed me at the gas station.
You from a people that got
you're talking over. Two of us cannot talk at the same time. Go ahead, man.
What's wrong with your people, man?
I don't care. I'm happy for that. No regrets. Your people robbed me at the gas station when I came in to look for $100 bill change.
That's good.
They followed me outside, forgetting that the camera already seen them. They robbed me, took my money. I made sure that guy be in jail for 18 years. They asked me, do you want to press charges? I said, yes. Hell yes. And I did. 18 years in prison for armed robbery. There's always a way to catch a rat. Start whatever you want to start, and we will show you how we can roll over. It's as simple as that.
Hey, peace. I'm sorry. How y'all doing? Good morning.
How's it going?
Good, brother, man.
Ray, can you introduce yourself?
I'm sorry,
race, your ethnicity, where you're from?
52, Washington, D.C. I was just listening to the conversation, and brother, peace. Where is all this hatred toward African Americans coming from? I've never heard. I mean, it's crazy to me because my wife.
Rabbi, we talking to an FBA right now. We're not talking to an African American, or you're even a Black American at that. We're talking specifically to FBAs.
Okay.
Yeah, but Rabbi, it's funny how you just heard only what I said, not what he said.
I heard both.
No. I never threatened in anything I said. He threatened bodily harm, even death. On me, you forget about him, and you talking about me being defensive. See, that's how you guys are.
Well, I caught
Very unjust.
Very unjust. I caught the tail end of it, but what I'm saying is that like I said, I don't believe in black people fighting amongst each other and all this nonsense. Is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And the person sitting back on the sideline watching it and loving all of it is the white tea people. They love to see us. And then they sit back and go, see, we told you they're violent on every continent. They just want some reason to always say that we are that way. And we're not. I know you're not a violent person by nature, and I don't believe the brother I am is a violent person by nature at all. But when we push each other like this, it's ridiculous. We have more in common than we have and then we have differences, man. We have a lot more in common than we have differences. And what surprises me with all this back and forth, my wife is from Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? The most amazing woman I've ever been with. You love it. She's just an incredible woman. And I'm when I hear this back and forth between you guys, it's like, man, where is all this coming from? I can't, especially on the climate, the way things are today, when we have a man, a known racist in office, why are we fighting amongst each other when we have a known racist sitting right in office saying just horrible things? And that I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Let me tell you, whoever wanna laugh, whoever benefits from this, let them benefit. This thing been going on for too long. We only less than 4 million as a continent in America, to be going through this with black Americans. We're no longer going to sit back and, and stand down. When you talk to us in a disparaging way, we talk to you in a disparaging way. We don't love you more than you love us. It's as simple as that. And I'm telling you my personal stance. Always talk about what you're going to do to us because you outnumber us. You can never come to the continent and talk that nonsense because we already know you're a coward. Brother, we know this.
First of all, brother, I want to tell you. Bro. Y'all get ruled over by small minorities.
It's okay.
But listen, brother,
I don't want to expand beyond what I'm saying.
But Peace. I am. Let this brother talk to a Peace.
Hey, Peace. Let me just say this, brother.
He's getting off at all this anger, right? Raby.
I understand, but the Peace. Let me explain something to you. I just want to say this to you, brother. Let me tell you something, man. First of all, a biggest problem I have is that we as foundational Black Americans, I mean, regardless of how you want to label yourself or call yourself, it does not matter. All life originated from Africa. Even we all know that. Okay. We were brought here. We were stripped of our culture. We were stripped of our names. We were stripped of everything. Our ancestors were stripped of it all. We did not know anything about ourselves. So we had to come here and strive and make a way of our own. That's what we had to do. And so regardless of whether you say you don't like us or whatever, and it's unfortunate you said you got robbed at a gas station by someone who was of color. I mean, hey, if I wanted to do that and hold everything against somebody of color, whoever did me wrong, I'm sounding just like the same YT people out there. Yeah, there are bad people in the world of all colors, bad people. So it just so happens probably you were in a Black community when it happened. I don't know, but I'm not going to make excuses for anybody, but hey, it's unfortunate. But to say that you dislike all of us or like you think that we are all against you is totally wrong. Brother, I don't have nothing against you personally. I don't have nothing against you personally, Peace. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying I would rather, I'm more so one of these people that wants to learn from your culture rather than try to be disconnected. I want to learn more about Africa. I do. I feel like it's important for most FBAs and African Americans to learn more about our culture. Better than
hey, bro. You done said a lot of Pan-African stuff, and that's fine if you were Pan-African. I think you should speak for the Pan-Africans, though. That ain't our culture, and my ancestors weren't stripped of nothing. They went through an ethnogenesis and retained the important things. It makes no sense to speak Igbo language 300 years ago in America. That's foolishness.
Well, I speak English only because to be able to communicate with the people in the country that I'm in, that's the only reason. If I go back to my people, it's very refreshing to speak my language. And my language is one of the major languages, out of 500 in Nigeria. I'm very proud of it. We have very rich culture and old history. Even in Georgia, we have the monument called the Igbo Landing. It's over there today. I'm not just talking from my mouth. When I talk, I point to what I'm talking about. You go to the Gwynn County, Georgia, you will see our monument over there. When it comes to black and slave trade, Igbo tribe is one of you can never talk about transatlantic crossing without talking about the Igbo tribe. Anybody that want to minimize it out of hatred and say whatever they want to say, it's still not going to influence the weather. You can say that a chicken is an elephant. We will not make a chicken an elephant. It's just the words that you speak, out of hatred. That only gonna eat you up, not me, because my mind and spirit is clear. I've never been against any black. In fact, as I speak, I live with black Americans in the same house. Some of my old friends that are having looking for a place, I tell them, "Oh, you can come here. We live together." It's not anything against black America. It's against people like this guy. I will tell them how I feel without mixing words. It doesn't matter to me at all. I don't seek no affinity or any type of relationship with this kind of black Americans. Never. I'd rather die
I don't see relationship with any African, even the decent ones. I don't want any African around me.
Dang, why is that? Why is that?
Because they are corrupt people.
You say that all Africans are corrupt?
And I study their culture. If they aren't assimilated, if they come with their culture and their tribal mindset, I don't want it around me because it is destructive. It's the reason their countries look the way it look.
No, that's not true. It's imperialism.
And if we assimilate, we're cosplaying. We're cosplaying if we assimilate. So we damn if we do, we damn if we don't.
Go.
Well,
they are judgmental, assertive people. Like you would think these people came from paradise. The way they
I'm supposed to change for you? I'm supposed to change to accommodate you?
He probably from Makoko or something.
Yes, that's where I'm from. I'm from Makoko, but I don't even see you in my daily music. But everything I do don't see you. I don't even listen to your music. I don't eat your food. I don't make something. I don't make friends with you. I have old friends from work.
I don't want you to.
So I don't want you either. Why are you complaining and threatening? Who are you threatening?
I want y'all to stay completely away. Don't just tell me.
We're already away. We delineated before you.
He says that while he's on. He says that while he's on.
We delineated before you.
But here, more than that, Rabbi. You see, this is why we can't. You call yourself an FBA, Rabbi, and these are the types that you stay African American, please, okay? Because they're going to call you a tether lover, okay? Once they find out you have a Nigerian wife, okay? I'm looking out for you, Rabbi.
What the hell is a tether lover? What is that?
You haven't heard that? You don't know what a tether is?
I've never heard that.
Hold on. You don't know what a tether is, Rabbi?
No, but I'm like, what does that mean? A tether lover? Well, I don't know what that is.
No, just a tether. You don't know what a tether is?
Yeah, I know what a tether is. So, but why?
Okay, so if you know that, then you would know what I'm talking, because you're dating someone outside of. They say it's a behavioral thing, but it's not. It's every immigrant. Okay, they want to act like it's some kind of like discretion, kind of a behavior action. That's how they see it. But I've heard it in so many different ways. So I'm saying you're not an FBA, my brother, because these are the type of FBAs we deal with on the daily. Okay. Now, if you're a Black American or African American, I have more respect for you than you calling yourself a FBA. Okay. But it's up to you, Rabbi.
Can I just share something with you? Can I share something with you?
The narrative.
Can I control? Can I share something with you? Can I just share one thing with you? Now, I myself, being a man born right here in the Carolinas, I was married to a Black woman, of course, African American woman from here, for 17 years, who I had 3 children from, who decided that I wasn't what she wanted anymore. That nobody even I provided for my kids, worked 2 jobs, went through everything, put her in a home and all these things. She decided, well, I wanted somebody else. And so you can't keep no woman that don't want to be kept. And I'm not saying, it's just like I've been in situations where African American women have said they want all these things that from us and we provide those things. And I know you fellas can relate. And then they turn around and either cheat on you or do something. And I'm like, why? What? I thought I was doing everything that you would want me to do. But now, since I worked with the woman I'm with now, we used to work together years ago, and we just reconnected about 5 years ago. And this woman is just an amazing workhorse. She works hard. She cleans the house. She takes care of me. She does everything. And she just, looks at me like, you're a good man. I don't know why anyone would not. Just loves me. You know what I'm saying? And just gives me everything I need. You know what I'm saying? You think I care that she's from Nigeria? This woman treats me like I'm a king in my home. What I've been waiting for my whole life. And you think I'm going to just turn that away because someone else, No, this woman treats me like I'm a man. And it's amazing. It's such a difference. And I think it's because of her culture, how she was brought up. And her father is like, always calling my son. How are you, my son? I'm saying, I'm good, Dad. I'm good. And just how this family has embraced me is amazing.
The culture is different. That's why.
For you to say all these things like you don't know because you've never experienced it. You know what I'm saying?
You talking to me? Yeah, I've experienced African, and I know a lot of their parents will tell them not to date Black Americans.
Well, that's not what happened with me.
Nothing. I didn't say you an exception, brother. I didn't say that's what happened with you. I didn't say all Africans is bad people. I know, just like you just described some, it's Africans that come here and to say the same about Black Americans. They don't want an African woman. They want an African American woman. So everybody's situation is different. You know what I mean?
It just sounded like he was really hating on all Africans. That's what it sounded like.
It's not hating on them. I've
we don't
been
care,
through
man.
enough. I've had enough experience, and I don't want to be associated with them.
Then don't.
And I think it's best for us as an ethnic group not to become one with them.
I agree with that picture. I think ICE is good. Like ICE is literally saving lives out here with Vice West and these guys, right?
Shut up.
Yes, I believe what he said, but I'm more concerned about African Americans because we will never push them out of the continent or excommunicate them because we understand the dynamics. But all these other ones, like I keep telling everybody everywhere I go, Nigeria makes 7 to 9 million children a year. This is only Nigeria. One country out of 16 West African countries. We don't need these guys for nothing. We don't need them. We can make their population in less than 10 years. What we need them for? With all the liabilities and the chaos, untrustworthiness, they say one thing today, they do another thing tomorrow. No.
This is a man, I want y'all to know, this is a man coming from complete corruption. This is a man from a tribe that is getting his country banned and restricted all around the world.
But we're still everywhere.
This is what I just want you to know that.
We're still everywhere.
This is a man from a tribe that got caught sneaking into Haiti. You know how bad it got to be in your country to sneak into Haiti? This is who is being judgmental up here.
The only reason.
This is what I mean with these.
What am I judgmental about? I don't know what I'm judgmental about. I'm telling you what I don't like personally. I'm telling you what I'm not gonna do personally.
How come you never mute him when he's talking like that?
What talking like what?
You talking crazy. You're talking crazy right now. You're talking crazy. I am.
What am I saying crazy?
I didn't say nothing that was a lie.
Yeah. Listen,
even he accepted it because he know it's not a lie.
It's sad,
Haiti in 1778, helped to fight the British off in South Carolina and Georgia. in 1778. Haiti helped Mexico. All these countries, Argentina, Bolivia, Venezuela, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, all these people, but they're suffering imperialism. You saying that their country is trashed up by imperialism. The same way we're going to laugh at you the day you will suffer anything in America. We will laugh at you too. Because you're talking about our imperialism, the whole world ganging up on us. When they gang up on you, I will be the first to laugh and point fingers. Simple as that.
It's being destabilized. But your country is like that because of the way you people are.
It's all right. It's all right. I told you what I told you.
Y'all are a corrupt tribal people.
It's all right.
You can't build with nobody. Y'all don't get along in Nigeria.
It's all right. But we have a place under the sun and you don't. You're under the white man.
You under the white man.
Are you still there, Jay?
You're under neo-colonization right now.
I am.
But at least I have a physical location. You don't.
You don't control nothing in Nigeria.
Yeah, but you don't have nothing. You 13%. Making noise. Make it look like. What about the 87%?
13% richer than
Hold on. I want Jay to get in this. If I don't want to leave him out. But anyways, you have a white racist that just came in here and try to relate to you about how we should be shipped out of here. You know, those are the people you relate to. Those are the people that
sounded like a Hispanic. He had an accent.
Nope, that was a white man for sure. I know a Hispanic when I hear one. These are the people that relate to you and your talking points. They see you and they clap and they cheer for you to go against us.
The Nation of Islam and the Ku Klux Klan agreed on a couple things. That don't make them friends. They
agreed not to fuck with each other.
Yeah, they both separate.
That's what they agreed on.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting.
This isn't going nowhere. This ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, because I know more than 60 years ago, they put up a sign telling Malcolm X to go back to Africa. I still have the sign. I saw that crowd put up a sign, tell Malcolm X go back to Africa. I'm waiting the day, you're going to fall into problems in your location.
When we do, we won't be all right. The same way we was all right all the other times.
Yeah, it happened last year.
We gonna overcome it. The same way we overcome it all the other time.
Are we not overcoming it?
Other times. Why would we expect you to help us now?
I don't talk about helping you. I say I'm gonna lie.
You can't. You in a worse condition than us.
I say I'm gonna laugh. That's all I said. I said I'm gonna laugh. Imperialism stopped in Burkina Faso. Look at them today.
I laugh every time I see Makoko.
I laugh at you last year. All the things that happened to you in different cities. I laughed my eyes off.
What happened? What happened last year? I must have.
You don't know what happened in DeWitt, New York? You don't know what happened in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Mississippi?
Refresh my memory.
You don't know what happened in Texas?
No, I'm telling you.
If you don't know, I called the cities in Virginia.
What devastating happened to us last year?
Okay.